Okay. All right, guys. I'm recording, and all right. So the 21 to 34 draft, rookie draft, has been completed. Right now, I have MIJB. We have Boots. We have Millman, who just won the bowl. Congratulations, Millman, on that
Thank
win.
you. Thank you.
We have Grim, and we have Ryan that are joining me, and we'll just start talking about the rookie draft class. But before we start, what did you guys think of the class?
Pretty disappointing.
Yeah, I was the same. When I pulled it up in Draft Analyzer and you see the top guys, it's just like, oh, this doesn't feel like it's going to be a good class. At
So
least not a
just
deep class.
you, you mean in general or
In
for
general,
your team
the quality of
specifically?
players.
Yeah,
I had made a lot of moves to get more picks in this draft, and I was unhappy with how that worked out for me.
Yes,
I,
I did.
I thought there were quite a lot of good wide receivers. Not amazing ones, but plenty of useful guys. So that stood out to me when I took a look.
Okay, but before we start the first round, from each one of you guys, of course, not including your first round picks, so we're gonna go through it. Give me your happy pick that you made, if you did make one that you're pleased with, in any round that you picked. Only one player. And we'll start with Mateo, MIJB. Why don't you tell me which one you were happy with, and we'll bring them up really quick.
I always find it uh, a little bit premature to talk about rookies, but my second round wide receiver looks like he's got the route running nearly to the top, so that'll be interesting.
All right, that's what he's going to look like. That my guy's showing him a 98 possible for his route running.
If you will be like this, I'll be happy.
How about you, Boots?
Well, I'm going to cheat and take two, but that's because it's the two wide receivers that I took in the beginning of the draft, and neither of them are like star quality mega guys. But it's I tend to look at wide receivers as like you it's like a bunch, right? So you put up like a little squad of wide receivers, and they don't have to be amazing. But if they're all pretty good, like 50-ish type guys like this, I like the route running is fine. I really like the big play on this guy. He's also big. His courage is fine. He's not going to drop too many. I can live with the third down catching being low. And the other guy is fairly similar. He's a bit more of a possession guy, maybe, with that getting downfield and a little bit less, yeah, maybe deep ball threat. But he's also a massive guy, and they together added to the guys that I've got already. I think that gives me a pretty nice unit without having any stars, and that's what you need to fill out your depth chart with. Yeah, guys that are going to get yards for you. So if you have a bunch of players that get 600 yards each, 700, that's fine. And I made a big play in free agency to get one of those premium tight ends from Hanalei, and he's going to be my number one, and everybody else is supporting cast.
All right, Melman.
Um, I mean, I don't know if we drafted anyone good really. Drafting in general for me, I'd say over the last maybe 8 to 10 seasons, I feel like I've been near the bottom of the rankings every single time. It's tough, and I don't know why. The more time I spend trying to get good at drafting, I feel like the more through the looking glass I'm getting, and the worse I'm actually getting at noticing what matters sometimes. But the guy I took in the first round, that defensive back at the bottom there, I mean,
I
he's listed as a cornerback, but
we're going to show him in the first round part. So
oh
anyone
yeah, yeah.
in the later rounds that you were happy about.
Oh,
That's what I was speaking of.
yeah. I mean, someone who I know is probably going to be a career backup for me, maybe could come in and start. Is that Harvey D'Amico just because of the run blocking on him. So a guy like that, if I can get someone like that in the late rounds, that's what I look for. And the same with the center, something Daniels, a couple of players up. Both of those guys, if they can hold that elite run blocking, then they'll be useful for me. But I took a swing on a couple of wide receivers, and I never usually draft receivers, but their route running doesn't seem like it's gonna come to much. That Caesar, Swinger, and Van Pelt. I mean, if that guy can get to 50, I could use him as part of a big group. But this guy, he's got nice bars everywhere else, but 28 route running, I mean.
Yeah, he was first round talent. If his route running was higher, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, he might do some punt returning maybe if I haven't got a better guy as well. But yeah, I don't know about receivers. But yeah, so for me, drafting, not a good year, I don't think.
Ryan? Ryan, you're Toronto, yes?
Correct.
Anyone in the later rounds that you were happy with and the pick that surprised you?
It's not a later round, but if Christian Middlebrooks, the guy I took at the end of the second, looks like he looks, I'll be happy.
Yeah, you got him right before I was going to take him.
I was going to
Christian,
say I really like that
got
guy.
him right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
oh my
liked
God, look
I
at
liked
that.
him. I liked him as well.
He looks great.
I don't mind losing a little blocking strength for some of those other bars.
Yep.
And knowing what I know about how you use your running backs, that Hughes guy, Gino Hughes, he'll get a lot of yards on your team, I think.
It's funny, we were talking about your team last week, Ryan, and how you put together your team, your defense, and how you have a solid running team. Just like Melman with his solid running team. And Grim, how about you? Anyone on your team that you are late round late
Uh,
round draft that you're like, oh, you know what? It's not that bad.
no, not. I don't know. Not a good draft for us. I mean that Giovanni Perez that I got right after Ryland took my guy. He looks okay. I mean, I think he's going to be an Infinity 2. That Graham Wilson, he's going to be a good run stopper, that defensive end. I mean, surprisingly, I have and a good special teams guy too. But yeah, that's the type of defensive end I look for on the left side, just a massive run stopper.
He looks really good. When did you get him?
Oh God, he was, what round was he?
I can bring him up. Fifth.
Oh, that's an amazing pick.
Nice. Yeah, that's good value.
5th round Magic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Late
he's fifth round.
as well. It's funny the profiles like that generate sometimes. Obviously, the run defense and stuff is really important, but it does make me wonder. Is it just like a random spike in the algorithm that gives him like that full man-to-man defense? Because he's never going to be playing that, is he?
No. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, my defensive scouting this year was 98, so that really helped in drafting defense.
Nice.
That Aiden Benton, he looks okay too. I think he was a 6th round pick or maybe even 7th. Like the zone, the run stop, special teams, endurance. I mean,
Man, that's the 4 linebacker bars right there that you want.
Yep, absolutely. So, and I think one of these guys might be even better because I'm ranked 13th in the draft on Ben's stats, and I got 4 guys on that list, which is really fucking odd to me. So, and even that Burt Weldstone kid, I mean, he looked pretty good for a 6th round pick or whatever the fuck he was. So can rush him a little bit. I was hoping the zone would be a little bit higher. It'll probably get higher because my scouting's better than yours. But yeah, so
Yeah.
I guess that.
Go ahead.
No, decent draft for how many picks we had, and it sucked having to trade that A-Ridge guy to my defensive end to Howie, but it's like if he was a minor conflict or just a conflict, I would have kept him, but he was a strong conflict, and on an affinity team, you can't really have that. So,
All right. We can jump in then to the draft.
How about your own team?
Yeah, Clay, come on.
yeah, don't forget MIJB.
No, I mean Kansas.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about yours, Clay.
It would be this guy. Now, my scouts are terrible on defense, so I don't know what he looks like from you. Anyone have a good scout that can see on their side? But this is a person. I got him in the fourth round, so picked him up in the fourth round.
I mean, he still looks all right to me. On my scout, sees him with like 75 man to man and 89 interceptions, 72 play diagnosis.
Okay,
So it's not too different from how you see him.
so that's all I care about was the man-to-man, the play diagnosis, and the interception. Um, we're in full rebuild, as you know. So I'm going to have a lot of money next season. I'm hoping when we go through this draft, my quarterback turns out. But this would be the only guy that I can say. Then I took a shot at this wide receiver and was hoping that his route running and get downfield was a little further out, but it's doable
Still,
if someone
still good though.
if someone gets hurt. It's doable.
So that guy wouldn't be part of, he wouldn't get maybe the fourth most targets on your team. That profile, because there's 70 route running and 65 getting downfield. I feel like that's good, isn't
Mm.
it?
I think
Yes.
so.
He's not the
Six,
guy, but he's definitely capable of being a guy.
Mm-hmm.
and 6'4" is not to be underestimated either.
No.
Correct. The only problem is the adjust to the ball. So I wish that was a
I was
little
hoping
high.
to grab that guy. I was dismayed that you snagged him.
Yeah,
And he
looks
lasted long because I believe I got him in the third round. Yes, I got him in the third round. But this is how I looked. I saw him.
I think that's a good pick. He'll be useful.
All
He's a
right,
good
good.
illustration of what I mean about there was quite a lot of depth at wide receiver.
Mm.
A useful guy still there in the third. There was useful guys in the fourth as well.
So let's look at the first guy picked in the draft by Cap City. It was Trevor Hansen. So this is what I'm showing on the guy. And we'll go back and forth, like I said, between the form and this. So I'm seeing him avoid up to 100, 68 on getting downfield, 55 route running, 76 third down, 81 big play, courage 892, 94 for adjust, and 54 for endurance. So that's what he looks like there. And let's see in the form. Oh, here he is. Can you guys see him?
Yeah.
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 I think I can't really remember too much of the board at the top, but you want to take a wide receiver there, don't you? And he looks pretty good. Not pretty good. Overall talent wise, he looks very good. The route running, if it is 55 or whatever as you see it, maybe he won't be able to get choked with targets, but he can certainly be very good, for Cap City, I think.
He's a quite heavy run team, and he's got another guy which has got a quite similar profile to this one. Caden Ellis, I think he's called. He plays in my division, so it's a bit easier for me to judge it. So he doesn't necessarily need to have huge volume of targets with the heavy reliance on the run in that team.
You'd have to say that probably raises this guy's value then, because with what targets he does get, hopefully all those other bars come into play.
You're speaking of this guy right here?
Yeah, so that's going to be the kind of 1-2 punch, right? Hanson and Ellis. They're quite similar in that they don't have huge route running bars, but they do have big bars everywhere else.
So everyone likes the pick.
Yeah,
I,
and with
I
with,
mean,
Ha-
go
with
ahead.
Hanson's combines, he might even bump up a bit too.
Mm-hmm.
They got a quarterback last year, so he didn't need one of those.
I think if this is what he ends up looking like and he doesn't bump up with those nice combines, then this was probably not the 1.1 pick that you needed to make.
If his route running stays below the 55, you're saying,
Yeah,
right?
like Grim said, his combines are great. He may end up looking better than he does now, but if this is the final version, I think there was another receiver that would have been the better choice.
The endurance is another slight um, minor thing, I guess. 50 endurance is tricky.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like Ryan. I think I saw another wide receiver as well, and the route running here is a little suspect for a 1-1 pick for me. But if the combines that you're saying, Grim, go in favor of him, what was his volatility is low on average, so his volatility is on average. All right. So that was picked at 1-1. The second pick was going to be Beard, the quarterback. This is a quarterback I actually was trying to move up and get, but I couldn't reach Frederick, whoever the GM was.
Oh, yeah. I
I,
don't think anyone could reach him.
I was trying. So this is what he's looking like on my side. So he's very undeveloped right now. What
Very,
is
very
he?
green.
What is he here?
3% developed. Yeah.
Oh, 3%. Yes.
Yeah. That's low. I mean, and the thing is, when you get a guy like this, you can get a mentor in and stuff, but he's has to play to get developed properly. I think to get 3% is really low, and when I had Horner come in all those seasons ago, he was like 1%. And you just have to take your lumps for 2 seasons playing him while he fills out 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, that's gonna take 3 seasons to
Yeah.
get close to getting fully developed.
Yeah, and
So
that's with a mentor too. So
Yeah.
the website has him as a 68.
Let's take a look at him.
This was an auto pick, wasn't it?
yeah,
I don't know if we ever figured that out.
I think
I-
Jugs had posted something in there, hadn't they, saying that he'd registered after he'd been autoed or something. I don't know. Because I think then Ben said that was why the clock wasn't working properly in the second round for his picks, because he still had time, but that was because he registered after he'd already been autoed or something like that.
Yep.
Okay. Well, his team needed a quarterback, so
No, they didn't.
no, they didn't. I could have swore he did.
No,
Okay, my mistake. Let's see.
Didn't Peters retire?
yeah. Peter's retired.
he didn't.
No,
He's still there.
He's still
Oh
here.
no, he's still there. Wow. Why did I think he retired?
He's only 30.
32.
I feel like he's
He's
been
still
around
got-
for a long time.
He's got 6 years left. Well, I
Well,
guess
there's the,
with
men-
him
there's the
being,
mentor.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a mentor.
I'm guessing with Beer being so underdeveloped, he doesn't have to play right away. Peters can still play.
Well, this is what he's
But
paying
Peter
him.
probably Peter needs to play. It's a bit of a question whether Peter should stay on that team, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Hint, hint, Clay.
I already knew you were going with that.
Did I trade for him?
Absolutely. So yeah, so I was trying to reach him, and then I also reached out to Fairbanks, I believe, to say if he doesn't pick the quarterback, I like to offer you X to move up, but that didn't happen.
Did you try 1-1 as well?
No, it was too quick for 1-1 actually for me. I think he already made his pick right away at 1-1.
Yeah, he picked relatively quickly, I believe.
He did.
And thus ended the slow roll.
Yes.
Okay, pick number two. I think this was Orlando picked the wide receiver.
Orlando was
Was
1-4,
it Fairbanks?
right?
I think
Not
Fairbanks
not
was
not,
number
not
3. Yeah.
Orlando. It is Fairbanks. I meant.
Yeah.
Take that back. Fairbanks.
And just looking at these two receivers here, I now see what you guys were talking about with the guy that went first. It's really is when you look at these two in contrast to that first guy that you see the difference.
This is the guy, correct.
Yeah.
So let me move this guy down. So here's his pick. And you can see where his route running is. So I'm showing him 78 for drops, 62 for getting downfield, 84 for route running, 84 for third down, 92 for big play. Courage is 48, and he's got a great endurance up to 83 possible.
He looks like he should have been 1-1. If 1-4 doesn't look better than this. I mean, 6'4", 203 pounds, big play, third downs, just enough getting downfield, avoiding drops, good route running, endurance.
He's 54%, 51% developed. After PS2, he'll probably be 60% developed.
Easy.
Yeah, that's a good pick. And he's got the quarterback in place too, so these guys' combination is going to be great for years.
Yeah, best case scenario for Fairbanks, I think. Probably got the guy they would have taken at 1-1.
Correct. Who's his quarterback again?
Marty Bettle.
Marty, here we go.
What happened last season? That stat line.
A lot of interceptions. It's terrible.
That average attempts though. That's sub 6
pretty
average
bad.
attempts. Is you got to feel like that's a schematic thing going on there.
Let's see what his wide receivers look like last season. This is one of them. 104 targets.
I love guys like that. That's guys like that are the ones that I like to pick up out of free agency. They're sort of under the radar.
Here's his other one.
He didn't play
had-
much.
This guy played more. 205 targets.
What?
On a guy with no route running. Wow.
26 route running, 205 targets.
Holy shit.
Okay. So that's the problem. This guy is getting too
Yeah.
much targets.
He averaged less than 5 yards a catch or 5 yards a target.
Man,
That's how you get to pick 1-3, I guess.
that feels, I
This-
don't know.
This is the guy that got all the targets, yes.
200 targets is a lot for even someone who can sort of handle it, isn't it? Let alone someone who's got 26 route running.
Let me see his
Yeah.
tight ends. What did his tight ends do? Hold on. Let me go backwards. So he didn't play. He received 73. So this was his main tight end, I believe. Yes. So this is his main tight end.
That second receiver you showed, he had more than enough route running, I think, to take at least 40 targets off that other guy.
The one you
Yeah.
liked.
No, the guy after that, who wasn't even as good, but I think Grim said he didn't play much, the second receiver that you showed.
Yeah, Duncan.
Yeah, this guy. So with 50 route running, he could have taken more than 20 targets and taken the load off that other guy and maybe made the offense a bit more efficient. But even his metrics there don't look good. Average per catch of 7.7 yards is not that good.
Yeah, I would have definitely gave this guy more targets, taking a bunch
Yeah.
off that other guy.
Well, he's got a great wide receiver now coming on his team. So let's see if he plays with him and gives him the 205 targets.
That is a 200 targets guy, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think he's number one receiver on that team. As soon as that route running gets above like 55, he's ready to be the guy.
Good pick. I like that wide receiver. All right. The next one up is Orlando's wide receiver. So let's go to him. And it is Griffin. Here we go. Nice one, too. I didn't even see this guy.
Yeah, he
This guy
first,
was at the top of my draft board. Actually,
Yeah.
between
yes.
wide receivers. I mean, all
I
three of
thought
them
this
were in my
guy
top
was the
five.
best.
So I'm showing
You go
him
ahead.
61 avoid drops, 89 getting downfield, 100 on route running, third down 79, big play 62, courage 54, adjust 62, and almost 100 for endurance possible. He's 22 years old, 5'11", 191, and he's 38%, which after PS2 he'll probably be 45%.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And then this is what he looks like on the forum with the scout for the league.
He looks good.
Yeah, the form has
But-
him as a 72 as well.
So just to make sure what we're looking at, this is the average of all the people that uploaded their scouting bars.
Yeah, I always used to think this was Ben's scouting, but then yeah, what
No, it's
MIJB said is
the average of everybody.
Oh,
exactly
go ahead.
who'd logged into Conscriptor at the time this pick was made. It's the average of all of their scouts' view on him.
Interesting.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know it for probably the first 15 seasons I was in the IHOF.
I thought this was the league scout that we're seeing.
I thought it was Ben's scout, and Ben always has good scouts. That's why I always used to check it.
Yeah,
But
same.
no, apparently not.
So that just became a lot less useful.
So
So it all depends who's logged in early on. If teams with crap scouts have logged in, then they'll look different from how they should.
So what does the information we see now in terms of he's grading the draft, right? Best team drafts. People were talking about how they scored on that. It shows an overall on that. Where is that information coming from?
That's Ben scouting.
Okay, so we can assume he has good scouts.
so
Yeah.
So
So,
that's the most believable number we have right now.
so when
I'd
Ben
say so,
does the
yeah.
dirty dozen, that's coming from his scouts.
Yes, compared to the league scouts.
Okay.
yeah, his offensive scout is really good. His defensive scout is pretty good as well. He's like just under 75 on defensive scouting accuracy, and then over 75 on offensive. So yeah, that ranking thing on the forum is probably the best indicator of the overall at the moment.
So this is who he's pairing him with. So okay, here's his receiver. This one was targeted 128 times. That is the rookie. Oh, he got two. Picked up two guys. This one he got in the 5th round.
Yeah,
Interesting.
he's got no endurance or avoid drops, but so I guess that's why he fell a bit. But yeah, he was on my short list as well, but I'd already taken several wide receivers, so no need to pick him up. But again, there was just a lot of wide receiver talent. Just not a lot of it, not super exciting, but guys like this Perliman.
I think for Orlando, the most interesting thing is Griffin got picked in the draft, but he also signed Lincoln Monroe, maybe the top player in free agency.
Yeah, big money, wasn't it? What's the bonus on the contract? Right. I think he was expecting more competition, wasn't he? Because I think he posted after he'd signed him saying, "Oh, I thought there'd be more guys on there." That's why he kind of bid it up. But-
Yeah, but this is what this guy was supposed to be paid.
Yeah, for his performance before. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if he's as good on another team.
Yeah.
Well,
What's
the test will
what's
be
the sense rush?
what's that?
The sense rush. Immediately, I start sweating when I see like below 50 sense rush.
Yeah.
I feel like he could take, sacks, lead to
Playing
fumbles.
on an absolutely stacked roster with a super conservative game plan on passing, basically just short passing.
Yeah. I mean, he's had some amazing seasons. Those last two seasons in Hanalei, the stats.
Mm.
I know. Look at
amazing.
those. Look at that.
Yeah, and that number is that rate. Of course, it's nice to have a big number, but
But
it doesn't need to be that big for his team to play well.
but
Yeah.
Hanalei kind of has the same offenses like you, Melman, and you, Ryan, where you guys don't pass a lot. You just keep it on average. Like he attempted only 500 throws, a little over 500 throws, like you guys do. And your quarterbacks, both of your guys, do very well.
I mean, I only threw
Yeah,
400. 400.
There
you
you
threw
go.
400 last year.
There you go. 400.
425. Yeah, damn. So I threw like 100. No, I threw about 70 more times than
You
you.
don't need to pass when you're winning.
Yeah, I mean that's the only thing though, isn't it? If you go down by a couple of scores early on, like if you have a fumble on special teams and they score on their first drive or something, then it is bad because your QB's forced into throwing a
And
lot.
Ryland's been in ball control offense for most of the fourth quarters of most games.
Most of his FOF career, I think. That sort
Maybe
of
that too.
offense.
Yeah.
It was a good pick by Orlando. All right,
Great pick.
next up is a running back. Actually, I was thinking about this guy, Barlow, but I'm not a running team. Um, who is this that picked Barlow again?
Did you get running back curious, Clay?
I did. I did. I was talking to Grim, and I said, Grim, I think I might take running back.
Didn't
Uh,
you draft a good running back like a load of seasons ago, quite high up? And I think you ended up either trading him or letting him go in free agency or something. I feel like you did try out a running back.
yeah, I did. It didn't work.
Are we
Yeah.
convinced this is a running back?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because
Those,
he could be an amazing running back, but he could also be a good receiver.
I think
Yeah.
whenever those guys are like sub 200 pounds, you always have to wonder, is that, is he showing as his actual position or is he
Yeah.
a wide receiver in disguise?
Do you
Yeah,
guys
no
ever get?
one's.
Yeah, Grim.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't know what Derek's gonna do with this guy. I texted him on Friday, the start of the draft, and told him, "Hey, man, you better get on before you get kicked or do something." And he never responded to me, so I don't know if that tornado fucked shit up that bad over there or what the deal is. But I haven't heard from him, so I'm guessing this guy is going to be a running back until Derek gets back and does something.
Do you guys ever feel like that if you make the switch, you might mess them up?
Sure,
There's
it's a
definitely a
risk.
risk. There.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
risk.
I think when you do the position change thing, it kind of gives you a vague indicator, doesn't it? Like a percentage of the current ratings. So you can
Yeah.
sort of
It's
get,
not a guarantee.
no, so you can sort of get a little glint like that, but you have to definitely accept the risk with it. It's high risk, high reward.
Yeah. I
It's
think
definitely
it's
it's definitely
maybe.
high risk. I don't. It's not always high reward.
No.
uh,
But this guy potentially is a high reward, isn't he? I mean, he might actually be the best wide receiver in the class. We don't know.
I mean, you got to at least look, because you don't even have to cut weight. He's just already like 98% conversion.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a shame, like Grim said, though, that Coyote Vice might not, he might not have access to anything at the moment. So we may never know what he looks like.
my question is also, who is Saw had a running back? What was his name again? The Beast.
Mesa?
Mesa. Is this a Mesa?
No, I don't think so. I mean, Mesa was full bars all the way across, and he was a lot bigger, I think.
Because I know you guys always talk about that elusiveness is low, hole
Which is good.
recognition is high. You got speed to the outside at 94 that I'm showing. You got power inside at 98. You have speed, breakaway speed at 71, and his endurance is at going to be at 96 possibly. Possibly.
Is 198 light for a running back,
Quite.
even in real life?
Yeah, that's pretty late. I mean,
Yeah.
Mesa was 6 foot, 219 pounds. So
It's funny
it's
that he's
20.
got like 98 power inside. if he's a slight guy at 5'9", 198, you wouldn't think of him as being someone who's gonna, bang it between the guards and punch up the middle, would you?
But
Yeah,
He's at
right.
least
but the,
short, which means he could be stocky.
Yeah, that's true.
A little bowling ball.
Yeah, I love him though. If as a running GM, a running team, watching this draft, knowing that I was picking from far back and just watching all the running backs go off the board, it was like torture.
there was a lot of running backs in this draft. Yes.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
were.
yeah,
There were.
a lot of nice running backs.
All right. So next up we have Kansas, me. So this is what I'm seeing on the quarterback right now. He, I believe, is at 13%. I believe is his thing. So I'm not really too happy. I wish, and I was telling Grim, I want to read defense. I was hoping I can get higher, hopefully at PS2, but I doubt it. Read defense to me is important, and medium passes for me is important. Timing, always loved, and I have good sense rush.
Yeah, and he's got a bit of scrambling ability too. So that's been something you've been lacking for a little bit since Icorst went away.
I know,
Mm.
I know.
Can you elaborate on the read defense?
I notice when I have quarterbacks with good read defense, I have a very good high percentage of completing my passes, um, and I can move the ball downfield with my offense. Melman will tell you sometimes it's a pain in the ass trying to guard against it. If I have
Yeah,
that specific quarterback, and there was two quarterbacks I had that way, it was Ike and Donovan, and they both produced well for me
yeah,
and gave me
yeah,
great seasons of passing games. So when I have a low read defense, it bothers me. Plus, I feel, and this is just personal, I get into more interceptions being thrown, even though your avoid interceptions a little higher to prevent that.
Is there an estimation of avoid interceptions for Mac Harding already?
Yeah,
That's,
that is.
oh, there is. What is it? Can you guys tell me?
The game already gives it the website. So
So this is what
47.
47. Okay.
Is that at the max of his bars, or is that as his bars are at the moment though? Because I can't think it'd be that high at the moment, would it? He's quite
it's
good.
based on the potential.
Yeah. Okay. Were you looking at anyone else, Clay, at this pick, or did you know that you wanted to take a QB regardless?
It was wide receiver
Mm,
before any picks were made after the first pick. So it was definitely a quarterback beer, wide
yeah.
receiver, running back, and then with Harding, I was on the fence about picking him, yes or no. And I said, what the hell? Let me just take him, and just in case, because the other bars I did like on the medium passing, I liked, and on the timing and sense.
Yeah.
And then I was saying, hopefully, maybe, I don't know, maybe he can pop a little bit. And if I don't, it's okay. I got next year to do it again and pick somebody.
Do you
I
think for
actually, I
your
quite like him. He's maybe not, classic 1-6 material, and certainly people have taken quarterbacks at 1-6 who have more bars than this. But I think there's quite a lot to like, to be honest. You might have to fiddle around with your offense a little bit, maybe, to get it working with him, but I wouldn't be too disappointed to see that if I didn't have a QB and that's what I was looking to get.
Mm.
there was quite a
Perfect.
big drop off, I think, from Beer, wasn't there? Not just in terms of how his bars look now, but like looking at the prospects. Like I'm just looking at my draft analyzer and at an Excel sheet and stuff. It was like Beer, he had a high raw grade of like 6.1, and then
Yeah,
the next QB was 5.1, so like a whole point lower.
Mm.
yeah.
Similar scent brush, but I think it was like Beer was the number one, and then everyone else was in a bit of a group together.
Mm.
I'm looking at my spreadsheet, and Bear and Harding were pretty close together on
Really?
my end, but
Maybe I'll get surprised after PS2. Maybe he pumps, or maybe he just destroys himself, and then I go to Frederick and say, "Hey, Zachary looks pretty good."
For people who've had scrambling quarterbacks, is there an area, a 40 time range where you start thinking maybe I don't want him to scramble?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, less than this guy's got. I think he's a bit slow.
Less than
What do you mean by less? Sorry.
I'll
Yeah,
put.
like this guy's 40 is a bit slow. I think 477. I think it was.
I'll bring him up. So he's at
Maybe
four
four,
seventy
a bit
seven.
borderline. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want this guy to scramble.
Where is the range where you decide that's okay? Is it in the 4.6s?
Yeah.
Uh,
Less than 4.6 is fine, I would say.
to me, it depends on where the scramble frequency is.
But your quarterback's going to scramble if it feels pressure. The higher it is, like he's gonna get out of pocket because I know Ike used to scramble a lot for me constantly.
Yeah, but I mean, it, it could be that this guy, if the 477 is what he's really at, when he's gonna scramble, he's gonna get tackled before he gets the first down a lot.
Yeah, is
I
it like the difference
Im-
between scrambling for 3 yards or 13 yards?
Mm.
Imagine the same player with a 40 dash like 430 or 435. He might even get the first down on 3rd and 12.
Yeah,
Mm.
and Clay Ike had a 4.46 dash, so
Oh, so that's quick for even outside of the position group. That's quick.
yeah, he was amazing.
Yeah.
All right, let's. So that was my pick, and we'll see. Um, it's like Christmas time, opening a present after PS2. Next up is Snap Fingers picks a wide receiver. So Franklin, let's get him up.
How original. Another wide receiver.
And
Oh, but
Franklin,
they're all
no,
good,
that's
man.
not. It's not him. It's
Oh,
this
not
guy.
that guy.
There we go. So 77, avoid drop. 63 for getting downfield. 65 for route running. 77 for third down. 62 for big play, and he's got good endurance. So this is what he's looking at.
The form has him as a 56.
So here he is.
56, I would be disappointed at this spot.
56 doesn't sound great, but he has sort of the bars where you'd want him.
We talked about that, Ryan, what you just mentioned. As long as the bars are where it is, does the rating for you guys really matter if you have the top bars that you're looking for?
If I've got the bars I'm looking for, I'd love to have the overall as low as possible so he then wants less money.
Hmm.
Yeah, for me, the most important bar is just route running. I'll take a guy with high route running that doesn't have anything, and they tend to do okay for me. So
Yeah. I mean, you can get these guys who are like 80 rated, who've got maximum everything, and then you can just put them in the depth chart everywhere, and you don't have to think about it. But a guy like this, you just have to think a little bit, right? Okay, what's he good at? And then use him for that. He's good at lots of things, actually.
Let's see who he's going to pair him up with. Snap. So here's his wide receivers now. All right, he was only targeted 44, so he didn't use him. So he used, wow, he only gave him 46 targets. Last season he had 143. I wonder why he didn't use this guy.
And he played only 10 games, didn't he?
And he
And at the
played,
start of the season, he wasn't this developed either, so he probably looked a bit worse.
yeah, and he's been struggling with his computer all season too. So I don't think he quite got in the files he wanted to.
But this guy was injured after week 10.
Mm.
Not this guy, but the Meert guy.
The first guy that I put up. So he went all he picked up a lot of. Oh, here we go.
He's
Oh,
got a
Here we
lot of
go.
wide receivers. Holy shit.
He does.
Wow.
So here is his main guy,
All
227.
pass offense. Here we go.
So he's going to be paired up with him and the first guy that we had. So yeah, he does have a lot of wide receivers. Wow.
Yeah, that monster guy we saw before. He got 2,000 yards basically.
This
Yep.
one right here.
Yeah.
And he's got a 79 rated quarterback, so
Ah, no excuse.
That
This
Jugs that popped on?
Jugs. Can you hear
He
us?
said,
Yes.
How you
oh,
doing,
there he
Jeff?
is. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey
What
man.
up?
This quarterback, why is he doing so terrible?
Didn't C4 post like 3 seasons ago that he can't access the game?
Oh no, I did not
Yeah,
see
he's
that.
he's been talking in the forum, struggling with his I
I
don't know,
think he
his
said I
computer or
think he said
something.
something about his virus protection or something. I know I've had that problem recently for some strange reason. Sometimes my export doesn't go through and I have to do it all over again. And I just emailed it to Ben this morning because I did one and my virus protection blocked it. So I had to email it to him.
I'm looking to see if he has other quarterbacks on his team that he might want to
Trade you.
trade to me. Um,
He's got almost as many wide receivers as Ben.
He's got a working computer now.
Oh, he does?
Last I heard is he solved his problems and then he can import, he can export. But
Oh.
it did take until the off season to figure that out, I think.
All right.
wonderful. So he picked up. Um, so he has three wide receivers he picked up. He picked up one in the first round, one in the second, and one in the third. So he went right away to building his wide receiver core.
A lot of his team look really young. You know, 4th, 5th, 6th years. There's not that many really old guys.
Can you click on Scout Overview
For who?
for Snapfinger?
Just the top bar, Clay, up there near its standard view.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scout. There you go.
I'm just trying to see how good or bad his offensive line is because it don't matter what wide receivers he has if he doesn't have any pass blocking linemen.
I'll start bringing them up and I'll scroll through them. So here's his starting center, his backup center. Looks like his starting guard. His tackle.
Ooh.
His right tackle.
Looks like he's going to have to probably put
Yeah,
one of
that.
his tackles at guard.
So these really, from here back, I'm going to show you is his line.
And not great pass protection at all.
I think his center's his best blocker.
Well,
Yep.
I mean, he's the most developed. He's got a bunch of young guys.
Let's see the quarterback again, please, Clay.
Sense rush is 82, so
Yeah.
He's got a very good
That's gonna help
quarterback.
a lot.
So he threw the ball 8th most in the league last year as well, 646 times.
Surprised there wasn't more than that.
Yeah.
Does he have a running back on the roster?
We can check.
I thought he just let his
Draft a
guy
couple.
go to free agency.
He did, but I was just wondering if he had somebody else to replace him.
So
That was the guy I think that went to. Didn't Gothenburg sign him last season? That's the guy that
Yep,
had like
Stevenson,
200-yard games.
Oh,
Yeah.
Otis Stevenson or whatever. Yeah.
This guy
Yeah,
did
what a-
quite well.
what's that? Oh,
The guy you're just looking at, 1,000 yards, 5 yards a carry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's done well with him.
9 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And so that's it. Yeah, that was his. Oh, what's this new running back? Oh, so
This
he.
offense is stacked.
Oh, so he got this person in the first round as well. So here's another. Oh, well, we're gonna get to him when we come up. But yes, his offense is. But he has no offensive line.
No.
Yeah, they look below average.
Holdouts are up.
That QB is crazy.
It is.
80 rate. I remember this guy when he was coming out in the draft.
But his. But look at his what his quarterback did.
You
It,
can't be having a almost equal touchdown interception ratio.
now I'm going to show
Sub
you.
7 attempt per average per attempt.
Look at my shitty quarterback that I played with last year, Burks.
Yeah.
He did.
So you can't have an 80 overall getting the same production as that guy, can you?
Yeah, I did the same as his quarterback, and my guy has 0 bars.
Yeah.
Maybe
If
you
he's
guys
got
should play
access
some
to
defense.
So look, can you pull his quarterback back up?
Sure.
So the
He's
problem with his offense is I don't know what he does for intermediate and medium passes, but if you go to his team statistics, his completion percentage for medium passes is awful.
hold on. Let
And
me
with a quarterback that good, it should not be at 47%.
let me move all this stuff out of the way.
I mean, he's in the bottom third of the league. That's just it's inexcusable actually.
All right, so we're looking at
Miscellaneous.
miscellaneous, and
Yep.
let's get the next.
And then last year, yeah. So if you see where he's at, his yards per attempt is low and his completion percentage is low for medium passes.
Sort by name.
Thank you. Here we go. So his medium is 6, and the average is 7.
Yeah, he's a full yard behind.
He's good on long. He's 11 on long, and average is 8.76. And his short, he's over average as well. His medium is the one that's a little slacking. So maybe this new wide receiver is going to help him out with that. But
That could also be the lack of the pass blockers on the offensive line.
Mm. If they can't hold it long enough, where
Right.
in theory, stuff can't develop, can it?
But he did well throwing deep passes.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't throw that many of them.
but it's amazing how he does have a top wide receiver, and he has a top quarterback. That his quarterback isn't producing at least in the high 80s ratings.
Yeah. I mean,
Because
his record 64 losses to 30 wins in his career.
what's his
I'll go with that.
avoid interceptions, by the way.
Should think it'll be high, isn't it?
Well, I mean,
Okay,
if
I'll
he's
put-
79 rated, it's got to be high. But he was the same way with Frankie Leach. Frankie Leach had a horrible record. It was the same way.
Danny Barker, his AI is 64. So it's not through the roof, but that's more than good enough.
Frankie Leach's record was 72 and 121.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure Frankie Leach was rated in the 70s most of his career.
Yep.
His interception rating is 1-to-1 to touchdown ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
almost.
that's crazy.
And it's just not enough touchdowns either.
Well, he has a new wide receiver. I like the pick. So let's see what happens with him. Next up is Rochester. So he takes safety. Now, I think I'm going to go into what do you call it
Well,
on the form?
he's a red flag.
Is he?
Mm.
So this
My
is
kind of player.
now my defensive scout is terrible, so he's probably either much better than this or much worse. So this is what I'm seeing on him, but I'm going to go right now into the form and see what he looks like as well. So let's see what it looks like. So in the forum, he's looking at 99 for run defense, man to man 100, 94 for zone 51, 97, 97. Play diagnostic 97.
Mm, I think if we look at your in-game bars, it's a little bit better.
The form has him as a 75 overall.
I have him at 76
Yeah, see,
overall.
I've got
Yeah,
a good scouts, and I don't see him that different from you, Clay. And my defensive
yeah.
scout is okay.
I
Right,
suspect he isn't much far off from this for most of us.
but he's a red flag.
Now, how do you see the
Did we,
red flag? Because I'm not seeing it on my screen.
Well, you can if you pull up his team roster and just go to attitude, it's listed there.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't even have him on my board because he's a red flag. I mean, he was obviously the best rated safety slash defensive back
Mhm.
in the draft, but there's no way I would have drafted him in the first round.
He's 22 years old, 6 feet, 202 pounds. What you expect from a safety?
Yeah, perfect strong safety.
Mm.
But he's a red flag.
Yep.
I'd like the bump and run to be a little bit higher at the expense of the man to man, because I think strong safety, if you play them there, I think they end up in bump and run more often, maybe, than they end up in man to man, like bump and run and zone. But you could play
Well, I know.
him, don't they?
Yeah, I know when I play a lot of cover one buzz, and if you get caught, in a pass when you're in cover one buzz, the strong safety actually plays man to man.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Okay.
that's fine.
And it covers the tight end, Grim.
I'm not tight end line or running back. Maybe I'm not quite sure. I wish I did know exactly who he covered, but
Oh, yeah. So in cover one, in regular nickel and dime, he plays man to man, strong safety.
yep.
So basically, this guy can do it all.
Yeah.
All right. So
If he doesn't cause problems for the team.
Right.
so you have a one good year and then one down year, and up and down kind of roller coaster with this guy.
I, I I'm sure I've told this story on the show a couple times before. I played in a RNFL league that no longer exists. I had a team. I took over a team that had five defensive backs. All of them were rated like 66 and higher. Two of the guys were like 75 and 83. One of the 60 rated guys was a red flag. The team played like complete crap. I just flat out released him, and all of a sudden they played like the 76 Steelers. I mean,
I'm gonna
he had that much of an effect on the team.
I'm gonna counter that. The
Yeah.
last time my team made it to the ball game was because I was a quarterback that was a red flag.
I wonder if QB is the exception, because I got that red flag in another league in the RZB, and I've won like 4 bowls with him. But Tizak was saying the same thing as you, Jugs. When I first joined that league, and it was like maybe my second season or something, he was saying, if he was the GM of that team, he would have traded away that red flag QB for someone who maybe didn't have as much talent, because that was the other thing, is this guy was super talented,
What if
but the red
the
flag
first thing
status would have
T-Sack
ruled
did?
him out.
Yeah, the first thing T-Sack did when he took back over Toronto was he got rid of that quarterback.
Livingston, that was also a red flag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got rid of him. And I know Howie has mentioned this a couple of times. Howie said, there was always like that 2 or 3 games a season where um, Vital. He had Keith Vital, where he would play just like he'd play a stinker. He'd have 2 or 3 of those games a year. He was a 75, 80 rated quarterback, and he just always seemed to have 2 or 3 of those stinkers every year. That might be the red flag.
I remember that. You're right. He used to
I
say
think
that.
that makes sense. That makes sense if you're T-Zac though, right? Like if you have things so fine-tuned that you can expect certain outcomes, you've got to eliminate a variable like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if Wes knew that he was a red flag and took him anyway, or if he didn't see it. I think he does a lot of stuff on the draft, so chances are he did know. But
So next up is Toronto. So Ryan, you took this linebacker, and we'll get him up. Alexander. Oh, here we go. So that's what I'm showing. Very nice pick. He's a 92 possibility at run defense, 84 pass technique, 60 pass rush, man to man zone. I know a lot of people, you guys like the zone. 68 is play diagnostic, can go up to 63. He has a punishing hit of 100. Now, is the punishing hit, fellas, the static bar, and does that still work?
That and pass rush strength. I'm not sure what you mean by work.
Meaning that I heard that since they changed from FOF 7 to FOF 8, Jim changed the coding that people can't read players that way anymore.
Well, there used to be certain tells. If a defensive player had, they showed a mass pairs. I don't know if that was Mac Powell or Stelmack that came up with the mass pairs, but like if the punish hitter was combined with something else, it was a tell that the player was going to jump. He was going to boom in training camp, and it's not cut and dry anymore. Um, there's also a study somewhere in FOFC where it says the punish hitter bar, it's supposed to be to cause fumbles, and the difference was so minor that it was negligible. Like it didn't make that much of a difference in causing fumbles. But if you read the help file, it says it does.
I thought the punishing hit caused injuries.
Oh, I never heard that. That's
Yeah, me
interesting.
neither.
Is this guy going to play defensive end for you, Rylan, or is he going to be a linebacker?
It's. I wish I knew, honestly. I've been regretting this pick since the moment I made it. Really, I'm glad Jug is here so he can rub in my face that he got the guy who's probably better one pick behind him.
Yeah, I mean, if he gains weight, he might be a good, if he can gain weight, he might be a good defensive end. Well, he would be a good defensive end if he can gain weight.
He's 259. He should be able to gain weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his ideal front is 3-4 outside linebacker. So yeah, he should be able to put on weight.
What don't you?
Unfortunately, his best attributes are coverage bars.
What don't you like about him, Ryan?
On my screen, he's 80 run D, 70 pass rush technique, 59 pass rush strength, which is fine. But if I'm picking a guy in the top 10 like this, I would much rather have what we see Jug's guy look like.
Okay, which we're gonna get to him. Which is this guy right here.
Let me get to him now. Yeah.
And Peterson. Here we go.
We are 100% of the Oakland draft right here.
Now again, this is my scouts are terrible. I don't know how is everyone seeing him, and I can go on to the screen.
I see him pretty much how you're seeing him, like 97 pass rush technique, 88 run defense. Then he's got a little bit of bump and run. It's a lot of bumper run at 71, pass rush strength of 50.
Yeah, Oakland needed defensive ends as well.
This guy's just well, what are you going to do, Jugs? Because he's underdeveloped, but you've got other guys, haven't you? So are you going to
Yeah,
cycle him
he's
in, or are you
just
going
he's just going to be a rotation guy. He's I got two other stud defensive ends, so I'll just play him in a couple of the formations so he can develop.
yeah?
This is your other guys. That would be where is it right here? Horton.
Yeah, there's that T-saw Tice as well, right? Yeah.
Yep.
There it is.
So he's still growing as well.
Yeah, by the time he gets out of camp in preseason, he should be like high 70s, 78 to 80%.
Yeah.
Mm.
At 282, I would have thought that's a little heavy for 4-3. At what point does their like front fit change or their expectation
on the
change?
on the right side of a 4-3 under, I think that's the
Under.
right weight. Yeah.
Right.
Under
Okay.
under is heaviest you want on the right, and over is lightest you want on the right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think about that sometimes when I think about the two schemes. Do you think it's more advantageous to be a 4-3 because you get a wider pool for defensive ends? Because technically you can sort of include a lot of the outside linebackers.
Right.
Whereas in a 3-4, you're looking at the defensive tackle pool, and even then their bar profiles are never going to be kind of as aggressive in the pass rush as a defensive end. So
If you really want the weights, Tom, it's only the 4-3 over which uses those 3-4 type guys on the end.
right.
The 4-3
Yeah.
over is these kind of guys, 280.
Yeah, because I think about it like building a pass rush. When I think about it from a 3-4 perspective, I do sometimes think maybe I'd just be better off switching schemes to a 4-3 and seeing if there's more players there to choose from.
I'll be honest with you. I've used the 4-3 under and the 4-3 over, and I don't see much difference. And I can tell you, bars. If the player has the bars, honestly, it really doesn't matter what his weight is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if
That's
he's
why I
going to
asked
have
Rylan if
90
he was.
pass rush technique, then it doesn't matter whether he's 265 or 290 playing defensive end. He's still going to get sacks and pressures.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but sort of the difference between a 3-4 and a 4-3. Do you think a light guy like a 260, 270, 275 guy who would be an absolute stud in a 4-3, if you put him at like left defensive end in a 3-4 Eagle, I don't know if that size is handicapping him, even if he did have elite bars, just because he's not heavy enough to be in a 3 defensive line.
I think it does.
I think he would probably get sacks and pressures, but probably wouldn't be able to stop the run regardless of what his run defensive bar is.
Right.
All right, Ryan, what do you have? I'm showing him as an overall 70. What are you showing him as?
I assume you mean Jug.
Jugs guy,
I mean, the
think it
form
means
has
in
him as
the
a
forum,
71,
71. Okay.
but if Jug looks at him, that's going to be our best look at it.
Yeah, I have so I got future 88 on run defense, future 95 technique, 45 on strength, and my bump bar is much lower than what you guys see. I see 27 out of 48 on the bump bar.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Wow.
Interesting.
The bumper run
Not that it
bars
really
seems to
matters.
be
He's
the
gonna be
one that
playing
really
defensive end.
ranges.
What is
Sorry.
let's see what the forum shows on him. The
What
bump
do you see
bar.
for his endurance, Jug?
Say that again.
What do you see for his endurance?
For who?
For his
Peterson.
endurance
Peterson's
rating,
endurance.
Oh, his endurance is 22 out of 39. That was the only concern I had about him. Was
Yeah.
the endurance. But like I say, I have two other guys. They'll just, like I say, the three of them will just play together. They'll just
So
rotate.
with that lower endurance, if he asks for a sort of first round defensive end salary in year 4, is that a problem for you, do you think? Or
I guess it would
the pass
depend
rush
on
technique, you just buy it anyway?
I guess it would depend on at that time how much money Horton wants and whether I'm keeping him.
Yeah, because he's not that old either, right? He's in like year 6 or something.
Is it year 6? Man, have I had him 6 years?
Who are we
Yeah,
speaking of?
I'm just kind of guessing, but
Horton. Yeah, this
Horton.
is his 6 year. Wow, I didn't even realize I've had him 6 years.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it, does it?
I swear it seems like I just drafted him a couple drafts ago.
Yeah, no shit.
That's the
When you
IHOF for you.
when you have a dominant defense every year, I suppose it all just blends into one, and it.
Well,
But
it
he's
wasn't,
only
it wasn't dominant last year.
Well,
no.
yeah.
He's young. He's young though too. He's only 27 this year, so
What was this guy's pass rush percentage last year?
Who, Horton?
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
ten
it's
point two.
always
So
high. He's at
yeah, so
10.7 for his career. Yeah, it's always high.
He was
Yeah, he's
10.2.
elite. Elite. Yeah.
yeah, he's elite. Yeah.
What happened to your defense last year then, Joe? Because when I looked
Offense
at the kind
sucked.
of pressure rate numbers, it really stood out that you'd got dropped a lot.
No, the offense sucked. I had a ton of 3 and outs. There were just, I mean, there would be times where the defense was on the field for 34, 35 minutes. I think when I played you, I think you held the ball for close to 40 minutes. You know, there were a handful of games where we just could not get off the field.
Yeah.
I'd have the opponent at like 3rd and 8, make a stop, penalty. 3rd and 6, make a stop. Here's another penalty. Like that happened. I mean, I can count the number of times that happened on 2 hands, because I watch most of my games. That happened at least 7, 8 times where we had a stop on 3rd down. And it's weird because I swear half the time it seemed like an unnecessary roughness penalty. It was a 15-yard penalty, not even just a regular penalty.
yeah, because they're getting pissed off at your offense, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So why didn't you go offense with this pick then? Because I think you mentioned on the forum that you really wanted to.
Because my scout is awful. My offensive scout is absolutely awful, and I'm too terrified to draft offense because I have no idea what I'm looking at. I
That's
have
great.
absolutely no clue what I'm looking at. I have the bars are so widespread on every single player I have on offense. It's just an absolute joke.
Plus, he only had one pick, so he's got a hit on it.
And yeah, right. And the other thing was I was hoping that running back would fall. And of course he didn't fall all the way to 11, but
That Barlow running back, or whatever his name
whoever,
is.
whoever the guy was that Outer Banks got.
Yeah.
And Outer Banks, even when he's submitting fouls, he doesn't run the ball. So like that guy's he's gonna get wasted on that team.
Yeah, we
Well,
were talking
wasn't
about
making
whether
it
he's a
past me.
receiver.
Say that again.
I was not letting that guy slide by.
Oh, if he would have got out of the top 5, I would have gave up a future first to move up and get him. I mean, I didn't like I say, I was hoping to see him at like 1.6 or something. And then when I looked and I'm like, okay, he drafted the running back and he's never ever going to get 200 carries in a season.
I was contemplating taking him.
No, you weren't.
I was. I definitely
If
was.
you were contemplating on taking him, it's to turn right around and trade him for more picks.
That's I
'Cause
exactly.
There's no way you would have been drafting him to run the ball 300 times. There's just no way.
No, he could have transferred him to wide receiver. We talked about that earlier too. He looks
Oh,
like
really?
he'd be a great wide receiver.
How heavy is that guy?
198. He's
under
5'9".
Oh,
yeah.
wow. I didn't realize he was that small.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm looking now. Yeah, he is. Oh. Okay. I mean, he's got all the static bars. Like, his breakaway is almost maxed out. The power to the inside is maxed out. The speed to the outside is maxed out.
I mean, for me, I'd keep him at running back, but for someone like Derek who just passes, this is a wide receiver.
Right. Yeah, that's I mean, to me, he's a 350 carry, 2,200 yard back.
Yep.
All right, guys. So we have Atlanta who came up, picked that number 11. He picked up this running back, Odin, Ogden,
Ogden.
Ogden, Shannon Ogden.
Jefferson.
I'm showing him power inside, 100, 3rd down, 82, 70 for whole wreck. Speed to the outside 48. His elusiveness is at 10, and he's got good endurance. I'm showing him possible 86.
Now, this is a guy, if I saw him like this, I probably would have taken him. But
Yeah,
again, I don't see this.
the 40-yard dash kind of turned me off on him, so I was really hoping that. I mean, I was worried that Atlanta was going to pick up the Wilms guy that I got right after this, but this guy actually looks a little better than I would. Well, my offensive scout sucks too, so
Yeah, but it's
but not as bad as Jugs, but yeah,
the breakaway speed is the biggest reason why that 40-yard dash is so high.
yep. Speed the outside is low too, but I mean, if you're running inside a lot, this is a guy, and he can catch passes too. So
Yes, he can. Get in downfield 78, and route running possible 92.
Well, his third down bar is going to be over 75. He's got endurance over 80. I mean, he's a workhorse back.
Yeah.
yep,
I mean, he may not break a lot of long runs, but yeah, he's a workhorse back. He should still get you, 4.5, 5 yards a carry if you got a decent offensive line.
yeah.
And he's 22 years old, so you'll have him for a long time.
Assuming he doesn't want to break the bank after year 4.
Yeah, but
Atlanta has a pretty balanced offense, so I'm assuming he's probably going to give this guy the ball, and he's probably going to want a ton of money.
So let's see what he has as running backs there. So he has this guy, McConnell, that he gave him 215 carries at a 4.18 average. Um, Here's another guy at 1,000 yards, Butler. He's aging. He's 30 years old, so he's being replaced. So yeah, so those were his two main running backs.
Click on O'Neal. Go to O'Neal. You had him up for a
Oh,
second.
oh, who?
O'Neal.
There you go.
yeah.
See, he's got a good whole rec bar too.
Yep.
So
He's probably got 4 guys that could run over there now.
Mm-hmm.
he's on his last contract unless he doesn't. And he's 26.
Looks like he's been replaced.
Has he click on view contract? See if he's signed past this year.
He's not.
He's not.
Oh, he's not?
I just
Okay.
checked.
Nope.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
didn't sign him. So here's what he's looking at, Jugs.
Well, if he's got 5 running backs, he's definitely not going to keep all 5 next year. Might not keep all 5 this year. He's probably going to be trying to trade one. It really wouldn't make any sense to carry that many running backs. This isn't college.
Can you trade running backs in this league? Has anyone here traded for a running back?
Yeah, you can
I've
do it.
traded mine to Jug.
I was going to say I've traded for a few of them, and I know Grimmer has too.
Yeah, but who's gonna trade for the guy?
Well, there's only. It's more now than when I first joined the league. But what are there, 10 teams in the league that really truly run the ball?
Yeah,
Yeah,
half of them are on this call.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, the guy that carried the ball for Arizona last season is still sitting out there on the free agents market.
Yeah. Did you see how much money he wanted? I looked at him.
He wants a
Yeah.
lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why
no.
Arizona didn't re-sign him.
No. I paid
Well, you
someone
got
else a lot
Mills.
of money. I mean,
Yeah, you got Mills though, so see if you can make him work. When Jugs, he couldn't do shit on Oakland.
Well, yeah, I hope so.
Well, here's the guy that Grim picked at 12, running back.
I got one quick question on Ogden, Clay, if you don't mind.
On who?
On Ogden,
Okay. Let me get him
seeing
back.
as there's so many running GM experts on the call, how useful do you reckon that huge route running is on a running back? Of course, it's
I'm-
nice, but is it worth that much? I mean, guys with low route
it may-
running can be good receivers still.
It makes a difference if you want to target the running back a lot in the passing game.
And I do. So that
But
he would be
how much
perfect
is a
for me.
lot? How many receptions per year is a lot for a running back?
50, 60?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say I'd say probably more than 5 a game. 5 or more a game.
I saw someone throw about 100 targeted at running back.
You can do it, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Well, so I'm gonna find. There's a GM who sort of mastered getting the most out of his running back, and I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna see if
I
I
mean,
can.
Because I'm curious with a guy like this, for example, if you play him in a empty backfield slot receiver, then you can throw him the ball on a fade or a corner, a post route or anything you want, right? And then that route running seems useful. But if he's
no,
just playing out of the backfield, does it matter?
yeah, out of the backfield, you want that route running. And I mean, I'm consistently getting 10 TD catches off my running backs almost every season.
Okay, so now this was before we went to the TZAC patch. So this was in the mid 2070s to the mid 2080s. But if you look up Moontown and Van Sinkowitz,
Oh, yeah. God, I hated that guy.
Oh, is that with Bomber as the GM?
Yep.
yes,
Yeah.
he
Okay.
not only does he have like 16, 17, 1900-yard season rushing, but the one year the running back had 1100 yards rushing and 800 yards receiving. There was another year he has 1600 yards rushing and 1000 yards receiving.
What team?
Go to
Moontown.
Moontown. Just if you go to Moontown,
And what year?
it's easier if you do it in game.
Oh, okay.
2070. Yeah, he had a couple thousand
Pull up
yards
like
season.
2075 and just click on the running back.
Yeah,
He's
you
probably
want
the
to
guy
Go to,
doing
see.
individual
go to
stats.
individual stats.
He was fucking
Yeah.
insane, man. I hated that guy.
Yeah, you
But
want to
he
see
was
that.
also an absolute monster, that guy, wasn't he? I mean, I wasn't in the league, but I had a little look at what Bomber was doing with that team, and he was like, one of the
You
greatest
go to
all-time
like
running backs, wasn't he?
2075.
78 is the fun season.
And then go to rushing. And then click on the running back and then just go through his stats. You can see the rushing and the receiving stats. Now again, this was before the patch came, so it's more defense oriented now. But look at how many targets his running back has.
So
I
that was
see a
the
lot of wasted targets.
Jeez.
And
1,000 yards on the
and
ground and through the air.
Barge, the quarterback, was damn near invincible. I think he's got 4 rings.
This looks like wasted targets to me.
Yeah,
1,000 targets.
You wouldn't have said that if you were playing him.
No, I
6.5
had to
yards
play
a
him.
target.
Yeah.
How is that good?
Well, 6 yards is not good. 7 for a running back is actually good.
It is. It is good for a running back, which is why they're wasted targets. That's 130 targets that could go to someone that can get more than 7 yards a target.
So the question is, does he get a first down?
My
Or
quarterbacks are
does he
usually
make the
so
third
bad.
down conversion?
I'd love 6 yards a target for anybody.
I wonder if Jim said it in the game that he didn't want the running backs to dominate receiving wise and make them too powerful.
Well, it's. I mean, Ben has mentioned that because I guess maybe he sort of fixed it on FOF 8. I haven't even played the game. I actually bought it just to support Jim, but still haven't played it. But I guess
You mean
on
FOF9?
screen plays and flat passes, like the running backs actually get yak, unlike kind of what happens in in FOF9, unlike what happens in FOF 8.
So it's not. So you don't get that modern, unnatural, unrealistic thing. Like here, Boots made a great question about does the route running really matter for running backs a lot if you're only going to average 5 point or maybe 6 point something per target.
Well,
Yeah.
T-Zac also said that route running matters a lot when you're throwing short, because if you throw like a screen pass and you miss, or the running back, wide receiver, tight end runs the wrong route, that's a pick six back the other way.
Hmm. And this might be good for like what Grim does, short yardage and touchdowns. Where you're down at 1st and 5, and you just throw a little a route
Yeah,
to
yeah. The
a
one
flat.
year Grimmer's running back had like 11 receiving touchdowns.
Yeah, I've had a bunch of guys with double digits.
That'd be a good test to try running backs who have a shitty route running, and try ones with good, and try to do these short routes in the end zone, the red zone, or more closer to the end zone, and see how many score the most. Is it negligible, or is it way out of there that someone has a better route running is going to score more touchdowns than the ones who do not? Out of the running backs, I'm saying, out of the running backs.
It might be interesting to look at Bordeaux's running back.
Okay, Bordeaux. Which one? Hanson.
Warholic. It's like the only running back that has gotten close to 1,000 yards receiving the last 30 or so seasons.
And he is a route running guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
He actually got
So
8.
that third year there, 8.22 yards per target. That's incredible.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
But again, so now we're at the thing of he's got a good quarterback too.
Yep.
Of course.
Not
yeah.
just not just a
He's
good
got
one,
an 80 rated
amazing
quarterback
one.
who can get
Yeah, he's
get
amazing.
this guy the ball.
So look at this. I got up his games. This one here, he targeted him 11 times. He caught it 7 times, 111 yards.
That's crazy.
He's basically using this guy as a wide receiver out of the backfield.
How many rushing yards did he have?
And
Probably less than that.
Oh, not much. So he's like
500.
their Kevin Falk,
Yep.
or even Reggie Bush.
Yeah, I'd have to take a look, but I wouldn't be surprised if this guy has a lot of secondary routes, maybe. Secondary targets,
I wonder why he couldn't repeat or close enough to what he got. He had 8.22, but then following year is 6.04. Like, it's not even in the sevens. Why the big drop off?
It's the big plays. Look at the number of 20-yard catches he had that year.
Yeah. So do you think that was pulling up his average yards per target? Was maybe inflated because he had a good year for breaking off big plays?
Mm.
That's probably, if he didn't change the game plan, that's probably all strictly dice.
Yeah. So really, his average is like the other 3 seasons, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, he probably just had more favorable dice go his way. I mean, he was 995 yards.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's amazing that you can get 4 and over per carry as well when the guy's got 29 whole rec. That's pretty impressive.
Well, everybody's probably, I mean, if anybody's game planning against him, they're probably game planning to stop the pass and saying,
Well, yeah,
I
that's
dare
true.
you to beat me with the run.
Yeah, and he's
that's
running
a good point.
outside, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Running outside too.
Yeah, that would be the other thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't really need whole rec if you're just going straight to the sideline.
All right, so let's get to Grim. Grim, you picked up this running
Good
back
discussion,
here.
by the way, guys. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
You want to tell us about him?
No. My offensive scouts sucked. I need a running back. His bars look a lot better to me, and I was hoping they'd be closer to, what they show there. So, but Jugs actually interviewed him and sent me a pic of it, and I'm like, fuck, he's not going to be that good. So, and I moved up 15 spots. I had to trade A-Ridge to move up to get this guy, and I'm hoping, I'm hoping he bumps up a little bit, and I think if everything remains over 50, he'll be useful to me. So, but the route,
surely he's going up, right? He's 31% developed.
yeah, that's what I'm hoping. So, I mean, I like the route running to be a little bit higher and the whole wreck to be higher. Outside of that, I can use them for whatever. Endurance, I'd like to be higher too, but I've still got that Greer guy on my team, so they can, dual back it. Rylan, how do you see him?
Let me check.
Grim, did you trade in to take this guy, or did you work out a trade with Howie and he had the high pick and that was?
Yeah, no, I didn't move up to get this guy specifically. I just traded with Howie because that, like I said, that defensive end became a strong conflict, and how Howie in our little group text was talking about how he needed defensive end. I'm like, okay, well, you're my buddy. Let me offer you A-Ridge and 127 to move up to 12, and we'll see what's up there. So we made the deal, and yeah.
You know what? That worked out for you because you never really liked A-Ridge.
No, I didn't, but him and Straczynski were probably the reasons why we went 14-2 this year. I mean, he had fucking 18.5 sacks and 44
he had a good
hurries.
Season.
Yeah, he did.
I know you hated him the first couple years he was on the team.
Yeah, well, he was on the team 2 years, so the first year. But yeah, it's his top 2 bars didn't pan out the way I thought they would, or his pass technique at least,
So you're pairing him up with Greer.
Yep. Well, now see, look at Greer's route running, and he had 8 touchdown catches this year receiving.
The forum has your running back as a 63.
Okay.
Which is definitely pretty good.
Yep, might be better than what we're seeing here. So,
like I said, my scouts is a little above average, not the best, but above average.
I thought you might play him as quarterback, Grim.
Quarterback, yeah. Probably should, man.
Yeah.
Well, I re-signed Corbin Sandlin, and I wasn't really looking to do that, but then I see Ben put a bid on him. I'm like,
I was just about to say, I saw the same thing. I was like, what does Ben like about this guy?
Yeah, I'm like, what is Ben fucking doing with this guy? I'm like, fuck that, I'm getting him back.
He's making him a kick holder.
Yeah.
See, I like. Go ahead, Grim.
Oh no, so that's the reason why I re-signed him, because Ben was fucking bidding on him. Like, holy shit! Well, let me give him a try.
See, I like good timing, good sense, and his read defense. I like that.
Yep,
those 3 right there.
And he does not have good avoid interception.
Yeah, well, none of your QBs ever do.
That's true.
This guy looks like a Williamsburg QB.
Right. That is the prototype Williamsburg. He's big. He's tall. Look at how big he is.
Yeah, he's big and he can run. He's 6'4", 228, and he can scramble.
Yep.
Average interception is 20.7.
Be the guy that would scout Dan McGuire and swear he was going to be a good NFL prospect.
That's great.
Yeah, but nope. He's my guy for 2 seasons, so we'll see how it goes.
I got to say,
until he throws 8 interceptions in the first 5 games, and you say you're done and you're playing somebody else.
Well, no, yeah, then I'll start Danny Farmer. He sucks.
But you did stick with Straczynski, and he went 14-2. So.
Yeah, when I signed Straczynski, I told myself, I'm like, okay, he's been on the team before. I didn't really give him a great chance. I'm like, I got him for 3 seasons. Unless he gets injured, he's playing every fucking game. And he made the playoffs for us all 3 seasons. So,
yeah, your season last year was incredible. I mean,
your long passing last year, man. Your long passing
it was crazy.
Yeah, no, but my season was great until Melman fucked it up. I mean,
you beat me in the regular season, man.
Well, that doesn't matter. I'd rather go 13-3 and lose to you in the regular season than what fucking happened in the playoffs. God, he just fucking destroyed us at home too, bro. It's like, fuck.
Well, didn't he throw 2 pick sixes in the game?
He did.
Yeah, well, you knew it was going to come. You knew it was happening at some point.
Yeah, because he didn't throw that many interceptions during the regular season. I think it was 16 to 39 touchdowns. But I think I fucked up by the season, knowing that we'd have the bye, so that's 2 weeks off for him. I mean, he looked like fucking shit, dude.
You forgot how to play.
Yep.
Yeah, but you
Did
torched
you
us in
have
that
your
regular
tackles?
season game.
Did you have your tackles missing or something in the playoffs, Grim?
Yes, I had a
Yeah.
bunch of O-line injuries at the end, and my
That's
main,
horrible, right?
my left tackle
if
was,
you were hurried on those interceptions, obviously that played a part.
yeah,
That's
the worst was my.
Go, Grim.
Oh, I was just say the worst was my left tackle out for all those fucking games there. It's like fuck.
No, I was gonna
I
just
had one
say
terrible.
it's the worst when you're going into the playoffs and you lose your best players after having a good season.
And I had one terrible season in Moontown, and that was when both my starting tackles got killed in the first 3 weeks of the season. So it's very hard to overcome that, I think.
Well, like Jugs was saying though, I mean, O-line's fucking really important. If you got that
Yeah.
passing team and no pass blocking, I mean,
Yep.
you're not going to do so
For
well.
any kind of team, yeah.
So, based on that statement you just made, Grim, because I know we had a show that we talked about picking a lineman high, and I believe someone said that picking a lineman very high, like in the top 5 or the top 8, was a no-go.
Oh no, not for me. I mean, even look at Melko. That one year he drafted that left tackle at 1-1. That guy killed for 15 years.
Yeah, but that was a guy that was 90 across the board.
Yep, exactly. Well, he had really low endurance, but everything else was 90 plus. So
So everybody on here has no problem picking a stud lineman at top 5 picks.
nope. If they got good
I would.
intelligence,
If there's a 90 rated guy there,
No, not
and
ready
it's a
from.
tackle, yeah. If it's a tackle, definitely. Probably
Yeah.
not a guard or center, but yeah, if I see a 90 rated tackle, yeah, he's worth getting.
Okay.
Yep.
But it has to be a tackle. It can't be a guard or a center.
Well, for me, I mean, what was Doug Gross 1.9, and I gave up 2 firsts for him.
Yeah, it was your best trade ever.
he was so good. That
Joe,
guy
He
was
was
so
an
fucking
absolute
good.
monster for 10 seasons.
Jug, didn't you take a center like 1-2 or something in the TFL?
No, you got me confused. I've never drafted a center second overall.
Okay.
You don't find
If,
centers
if,
being
if there was a center that a team that I controlled, then that had to be an auto pick. I would never draft a center that high.
So you don't
That,
find
that,
Jug.
that definitely would have been me missing the pick.
You don't find a center being an anchor for your line.
I do. I just wouldn't draft one in the top 5. To me, you can find to me, left tackle and right tackle are the 2 most important positions on the offensive line. And like my team the past 2 seasons has been witness to that. Like I haven't had 2 legit tackles, and we've been struggling to run the ball. To me, those are the 2 most important positions on the look. Left tackle has to be the most important. And the reason I always say that is Jim has that in the Sage of the Gridiron, the best left tackles in the game. That wouldn't be listed there if that wasn't the most important position on the offensive line.
Good point.
I think there's the left tackle is clearly the most important for pass blocking,
Yeah.
but I think there's an argument to be made that the center is important for run blocking.
I hear people say that, but I've actually had good run stats with centers who like their run blocking has been like 60.
But on your kind of lines, run blocking 60 for a center is still good enough because you have a great guard and you have a right tackle that's gonna be 70 or 80 on in run
Yeah,
blocking.
but I haven't had that recently.
Okay.
And
Like the guy I got on my team now, I got him at 2.1 in the last draft, and when he's fully developed, he's going to be a stud. But
This guy here?
Donnell Crisp, yeah, but this past season, I mean, he's not fully developed. In this past season, it really didn't make much of a difference. And look at his stats. His stats just weren't good last year. They were
No, but
awful.
he will be excellent as well in the future. So
And you got this guy in the second round?
2.1, but yeah, second round.
yeah, because he's a center, right?
I was going to say, I think there's a difference between sort of absolute value and how everyone perceives centers. So, like the communal value on them, they can drop. I mean, I had a franchise center. I think I might have taken him at like 232 years ago, just because I guess people don't like taking centers that much. You know, everyone looks out for guards and tackles and stuff, but
To
And
me,
Yeah,
to
and
me,
then the
the
second
three.
round starts, and you pick a guy like that.
Well, to me, the three interior positions are. I mean, I think center's more important than guard, but as a whole, I think the three interior positions on the offensive line are somewhat interchangeable. I mean, I've said this before. If you're a running team, you can find a 55, 60 rated guard in the third and fourth round who has a 75, 80 run block bar, and that's all you need. To me, that's just, or you can find that guy in free agency and not spend that much money on him because he just has a high run bar and nothing else. You can get away with that. To me, it's hard to get away with below average tackles, at least the way I run my offense, because I'm run heavy.
And the demand for centers is inherently lowered. Everybody only needs one.
yeah,
Well, yeah, I guess that's the other thing too. Yeah.
yeah.
I think the only thing
You-
with those offensive tackles is if they have enough cohesion, then you can have guys with lower overall, but you have to be patient to get them there.
Right, right. There was a year where I had three really good centers, one stud and two really good ones, and I played all three centers at the center and the two guard spots.
That should work.
I always found it hard to find good centers. And if I can grab one, I'll grab one. And for me, I always like the anchor of the center. Like
I
I've
just
had,
feel like
good.
no, I'm sorry. I just feel like if so, I mean, back to the if you're picking top five, top 10, left tackle, right tackle, wide receiver, running back, quarterback, tight end, defensive end, middle linebacker, safety, corner. I just feel like there's too many other positions of priority before I would grab a center that high. Even if the center's 90 rated, I just feel like a middle linebacker that may be 78 rated is going to have more of an impact.
I'll explain why for me. With my other two quarterbacks, I had two very good centers that would allow maybe one or two sacks a season throughout 10 to 13 years. Each season would be one to two sacks maximum they'll allow. And so I got the protection from them when I was passing the ball, and I pass a lot. I'm not a running team, so I can't look at my game plan based upon the way you're looking at it because it's too different. But for me, my center was more important, and it seemed as though, again, this is all personal, that my line played better when I had a good center protecting my quarterback at that time. I think I had Witten something and this other guy, and they were exceptional for me.
I can see that.
As a passing team. You guys, Melman, Ryan, Grimm, and you Jugs, you guys are a running team. So uh, offensive position is much different for your line.
I think for me as well, when I'm drafting linemen, I am happy to take them high guards and tackles and stuff. But I also tend to think about like what position am I taking him in? Because when I'm drafting a lineman, I'm always thinking I'm going to have him for his whole career. I'm never thinking about, oh, I'll trade him or anything like that because the cohesion is so important for the run game for me. So that does tend to
Exactly.
factor in for stuff like where I'm going to pick a center because I'm happy to pay a center, but I don't want to be paying him like I don't want to be drafting him in the top 10 and then having to pay him more than I might be paying a guard who might be contributing more, but was drafted at a different spot. Because the stats as well with offensive line, sometimes I feel like their demands can be super high, even if their stats aren't all that good. Sometimes I get wonky demands from offensive linemen and stuff. And a lot of my team building and team planning and stuff goes into figuring out cap allocation for the offensive line, just because it's so important.
Now, this center here that Chicago took, I'm showing him as a 79 rated center. And usually, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I usually notice if your run blocking is high, the rating of that offensive player is high on the offensive line. And so, is that telling me now that his actually run blocking should be higher than a 68 based upon a rating of 79? Potential rating of a 79, I should say.
I think the blocking strength is probably pushing up the overall rating for the center as well. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that what the other weighting for it? I think it's like run blocking and blocking strength, which is the static bar. They're the two that I think are most heavily weighted, and maybe obviously the endurance might be pushing up. I think I can't remember the exact weightings, but I think the 96 blocking strength is probably doing something as well.
Let me get to the forum on this guy.
I used to have.
Blocking strength is almost as important as pass blocking, but run blocking is almost twice as important as blocking strength
Wow. Right. Okay.
for weighting towards overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might be having some offensive line penalty issues here. I mean, this new guy's got a 23 intelligence. His right guard, who's a 72 rated, has 2 intelligence. And his left tackle, that's going to be 76 rated, has a 0 intelligence.
Who are we speaking of? Chicago?
Chicago.
Okay,
Yep.
let me
Well,
bring him.
we've talked about that before. Some GMs honestly just don't pay any attention to the intelligence rating for the offensive lineman. They just don't pay any attention at all. And if you watch Soul Vision, you can see a difference.
Yep.
You will get frustrated just watching your running back get a 22-yard run, come back on a 10-yard holding penalty.
Yep.
I see what you're saying, Grim. He's a 0.
Three of his main guys are super low intelligence, and that's going to cause problems.
Wow, that guy is probably a negative in intelligence. That left tackle.
It could be.
But I noticed that too with the penalties. I had that in the very beginning, and I said to myself, it's like getting a sack. You might as
Right.
well. That's what it felt like to me, where you threw a nice pass and holding, it's brought back. To me, that's a sack.
Mm-hmm. Very, yeah. That good call.
Okay, so yeah, last year that guard and that tackle, the guard had 18 penalties and that tackle had 16.
Yikes.
That's fucking insane.
Wow.
Yikes. So he had to be. Hold on.
So that's like every game he's messing up a
getting-
drive.
Right.
Yep.
He had the 9th most penalties in the league. He was tied for 7th most. Yeah, he was tied for 7th most penalties in the league. Which tells me he's probably got a bunch of people on defense that are smart that aren't causing penalties if his offense is causing that many.
Oh, okay. Can't get it.
You can pull it up in the
game.
Yeah, in game team statistics miscellaneous.
He was about 7th in penalties with 110.
Yeah, 110.
Yeah, no, and that could be contributing too. I mean, he's got a really good running back. Last year, it looks like he was injured, but only 3.6 yards per carry. The year before, 4.4.
Well, he's got the talent on offense to be winning more than he is.
Yeah.
He's got a good quarterback, Turner.
That guy's great. Yeah.
I'm assuming that his cohesion on his O-line is not very good.
No, he's got some young guys in there right now.
Last year he started a rookie left tackle,
Yeah, 63. I don't know how accurate it is now, but
probably a rookie center.
I was going to say he's going to have a rookie center this year, so his cohesion isn't going to go up.
Although I guess is there some chance he turns one of those centers into a guard? Looks like he needs a guard.
You mean turning this guy right here?
Yeah, but you can
McNally.
play him out of position, right?
Yeah. McNally's. I don't think his run bar is high enough to be a guard.
The guy he just drafted can play left guard, I think, with the size and weight.
so he's like bottom third of the league in rush attempts with 385 last year.
Well, I think that probably has to do with him playing from behind a good bit.
Right. Yeah.
Because
he's
he was winning. He was pretty balanced.
Yeah, he's just slightly above me, and I don't run.
He ran more than my team. I think my team should be a running team.
Mm.
Yeah, because he had a few seasons where he was getting, he was getting some decent wins and stuff, but the last couple of seasons have been tough again.
Agree. When you guys were neck and neck, him and actually we were all in the mix. Maybe that's just why he got that center, by the way, to help out his running back. Now, do you guys see his run blocking going up better? Based upon what I stated on the rating of being a 79?
But what's the run blocking for the dash? Is that the dash, the 513?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
nothing
I
special,
know.
is it?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that looks about right for what it is.
Yeah.
Let's look at the form, how it is. Yeah, so it's above average at 513 because it's in the
Yeah, but it's not spectacular.
it's in the blue.
So that's basically a 60, 65, 70.
Mm.
I think he looks about what he's probably going to end up.
Right.
All right. So he picked up that center. So next up, Jimmy Up. I was looking at this guy, Jimmy Upshaw, um, by Paris.
Again, my offensive scout sucked, but he wouldn't have been on my board because he has a 0 endurance bar.
Well, I was going to talk about that right now.
Yep,
If you had
exactly that.
if you had him in a slot or as what do you call it again? Oh, why am I blanking? Your second wide receiver. Well, I don't know why I'm blanking on the position. And
Jeff Baker?
his endurance was low. You couldn't make him work, fellas.
I think you can't get him. You can't throw the ball 100 times to this guy because he's not able to.
He's probably going to get subbed out automatically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
His endurance
But
is so low. Like it would be hard to like game plan to put him in certain formations because even in the certain formations, the game is just going to pull him anyway.
Oh yeah, no, even
If
if
you
you
put him
had
in too
him,
many formations, then he's gonna get pulled.
Yeah.
even if you just had him in 113,
I
and
agree.
he would get pulled out of that too.
Yep, he would. He's not a first round player, this guy, for that reason only.
Well, he also has a bench of just 9. That to me, that's a red flag also.
Yeah, but
That's,
if you
that's a
believe the
low bench,
bars,
especially if you're trying
it
to put him
it,
in the
it,
spot.
it is a low bar. It is a low bench. But if you believe the bars, his courage is not a disaster, right? But the endurance is.
It's funny. There's a 94 possibility to have route running. Getting downfield at 76, third down 61, and an 82 big play receiving.
Yep.
So the top
I,
portion is nice to have. His avoid drops is 26. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I think Waite will find use for him, and he's got Devin Sims over there already. So, even if this guy only gets 3 to 4 targets a game,
There's no way he's getting 3 to 4 targets a game.
no,
There's no way. No, this guy's going to be getting much more than that.
I-
Assuming he passes the ball at a regular rate, which I don't know, this guy is capable of receiving many more passes than that.
Yeah, but how effective is he going to be with that endurance?
I think he'll be fine. Like when he's not effective, he gets pulled out.
yeah, and he's got receivers to cover him too. So,
Hmm.
I see him as like a dummy runner.
What does that mean?
He's got that. So he take
Decoy?
like it says we take all the double coverages, maybe, right? But he's just never going to be taking enough snaps to justify the investment here and in salary when it comes time to renew, in my opinion. Which is a shame because otherwise he's fantastic.
Mhm.
All right.
I was hoping I was gonna land in my spot a couple of picks later, but I didn't see the endurance problem then.
Van Pelt needs someone to throw to more. He has the other guy, and now
He was from the same class, wasn't he, as Barker? Weren't these guys at the top of
yep.
the
Yeah,
21-28 draft? And both had pretty. His touchdown to interception ratio is a little better, but
I'm looking at a guy in another league who's a 60 overall, who has 0 endurance, and over 10 years he's averaged 8 yards a target and 90 to 100 targets a season.
Okay, but you said he was going to get more than 100.
He said 3 to 4, and that's 6.
do you think that's going to happen on this team?
I can't really speak to what Waite's offense looks like. I just know that I think that player is capable of 100 targets, no problem.
Yeah, and I mean you can't blame the QB. If the passing game is not up to scratch or whatever, because he looks good as well. So
I like Upshur. Like I said, I was looking at him. I like him. Um, I like to see what Paris does with him. Wait, it kind of sucks that he has this quarterback and he can't get him going, and it's in the 7th season. And what hurts the most is by the time you do get him going, it's time for him to retire, and then you got to look for that other stud quarterback. That's the sucky part.
well, he's still got 10 seasons.
Yeah, he's just in the middle of his career. He's got time.
Hmm.
And the longer he has him, the higher the cohesion will go.
yeah,
Assuming he doesn't change all his wide receivers and tight ends out.
So Snapfinger is up again, and he takes this running back.
So I missed it. How did Snapfinger get 2 first-round picks?
Oh, I couldn't tell you that.
That's something Grimmer usually pays attention to.
Yeah,
how
he's
many
got
rookies
Chop
did he
as well.
have then? How many rookies did he have, Clay, on that list? There's so many guys there with one contract.
On this, hold on. Let me
Yeah.
cross that out.
12 rookies,
12 rookies.
12 notable draftees.
There you go.
Damn.
It was the Chesapeake first round pick.
Oh,
He took
from
the
last
kid.
year, or was
Yeah,
that 2 years ago when he got that linebacker?
Chesapeake moved up to pick 1.5 and traded
Oh,
to
that was the wide receiver. Was that the running back? He turned to wide receiver.
let's see which player it is.
I think that's who. And the wide receiver dropped. I think that's who it was.
Yeah,
Harris Capuro.
Capurro.
Clay, you might want to plug your computer in. I don't know if you've done it already, but that battery symbol
I
doesn't
have
look
it.
good.
I have it plugged in. It's not showing
Oh,
on your
okay.
end. Yes.
Oh no, yeah, I can see it now. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. By the way,
I've been watching it for like the last half an hour, just thinking, "Oh my god, we're just gonna drop off, and that's it."
No, I just saw it too. I just noticed it maybe a minute before you just said what you just said.
Oh, that's good.
So this probably was the Snapfinger pick and not the Chesapeake pick.
So he takes this running back. He has third down 80, the power inside 39, breakaway 61, hole recognition 76, and his endurance possible 65. He picked him at 115, 23 years old. And who is his other running back that he has, if he has any? Oh yeah, we were saying this guy who did well for him.
Yeah, we looked at them half an hour ago.
Yeah.
So he'll pair him up with him.
Oh, so was his pick earlier? That must have been the Chesapeake pick because last
Yeah.
year they went 5 and 11, didn't they? So the higher pick was the Chesapeake pick, and this is his
Yeah.
actual pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, he's got the same bar profile as that guy that's just done really well for him. The third down running and hole wreck is pretty high. So maybe this guy's a little bit better with the breakaway speed and stuff. But if he can get 1,000 yards, 5 yards of carry out of that guy, then hopefully he could do the same, if not a bit better, with this guy.
Yeah, but this guy was an undrafted free agent, and this other running back is a 115.
Well, yeah, yeah, that's the context, I suppose. Yeah.
He signed this guy off the market last season.
For good money.
So he might be useful for him, but will it justify the cap allocation, the draft spot?
Okay. So that was pick 115. Next up is Harlem, and he picked up this right tackle. I looked at this guy as well. Harlem. So he don't know if he's gonna have. He's probably gonna be medium at his intelligence.
If he's lucky.
We can already see now. You can look. We can look it up
Go ahead.
in the roster screen. In the personality view.
And here we go.
Okay, so he's a 43.
That's good enough, isn't it? Or isn't it?
It's acceptable now.
Prefer higher, myself.
I would have thought so. This guy's a left tackle by size, isn't he?
I hope to get this guy, and if I would have gotten him, I probably would switch him to left tackle.
That is exactly what I would have done as well. And I also had an eye on him as well.
Switched him or just played him?
Switch.
You would have
Yeah.
done the switch.
Yeah.
Because interestingly, his experience is like flat all across the board. He's got the same at every.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Maybe I would look at the percentage and then say, oh, if it's under 59, I would 95. I wouldn't do it and just play him out of position.
Yeah. I was going to say under 59. Damn.
No, 95.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you play him out of position, then he's still going to develop as a right tackle. and it's
Oh,
gonna take
really?
about 4 seasons to fill in the left tackle, if it even does fill in.
Oh,
So
I didn't know that. So he gets experience at his listed position, not at his playing position.
right,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Interesting.
he gets it at both.
But what would he
Sorry?
get it at a faster rate
The
at right
listed
tackle?
position.
Right.
He gets it at a faster rate at the position he's actually playing.
Right.
I'm not.
Wait.
Could you get experience at left tackle if you're listed as a right tackle?
You do, yes. And if you're
eventually.
playing left tackle, the experience happens faster.
Definitely. Yeah.
Well, he's 16% developed. He's one across the board on his experience down there, so it's going to be a while for him.
I've never understood that. Like, I've got two guards. One of them has a left tackle experience of 9. The other has a left tackle experience of 5, and they have basically started the same number of games.
At what position? The left guard is going to develop at left tackle faster than the right guard is.
They're both right guards.
Who's playing at left guard? The guy who's playing at left guard is going to develop at left tackle faster.
Yeah.
Neither of them are playing left guard.
Have they got
He-
different physical profiles?
6'1", 304. The guy closer to left tackle's weight, maybe, I don't know. He's got 5 experience, and the guy 6'3", 310 has 9 experience.
What's the names?
Hargraves and McGregor on Toronto.
Oh, I remember Dean Hargraves. He was a stud, wasn't he, coming out? I feel like.
And
Yeah.
who was the last one? Again,
McGregor should be one to the left.
I got him. So these two right here.
So McGregor just doesn't have left tackle experience really, whereas Hargraves does, and they're both right guard. Maybe that's just a random thing. I don't know.
Oh, that's weird.
I guess.
Let's have a look at Hargrave's size.
He's 6'3", 310.
So he's
Yeah,
heavier.
so he's closer to a left tackle size, right?
Is he? It's not by much, if so.
Is 310 the left tackle size? I can't remember the exact.
McGregor is tiny for a tackle, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's more closer to center.
Yeah, maybe it's a size thing then.
Left tackle's 311 would be the ideal weight. 309 for a left guard.
Yeah, I mean, Hargraves has combines that look more like a good left tackle, and he's just a dramatically better player overall, right? So maybe
Right,
all
it's
these
just the
things weigh in.
experience that doesn't really jive for me.
Yeah, that is weird.
Anyway, thanks.
I love these talks like this. Get all this little knowledge.
Hmm.
Okay.
I think this is a really nice pick, by the way. I don't know if anybody actually said that, but
Yeah, he
Yeah.
looks good.
Yeah.
That's good for Harlem.
I like him as
Yeah,
well.
it's a good pick. He's a yellow guy, but he is on the higher side of intelligence with 43.
yeah, that's right. Good enough.
Now this is Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
So this guy I didn't like because of the solecismic test and the endurance.
Yeah. Two sort of red flags on a first round type prospect.
Well, he's a left tackle at 299. His weight.
Always underweight.
But you know what? The game does generate these left tackles that come out sub 300 pounds, because
Yeah.
I've seen them in other leagues, but also I traded for one from Ben actually. A number of seasons ago, Donovan Woods, his name was. He's retired now, but he was a left tackle for me for like 10 seasons. I mean, he might not be as dominant maybe as someone who's a bit heavier, but the game does seem to generate these guys. I don't know if they're out of position centers or what they are, but I have noticed it at left tackle, sub 300. They're usually 299, 298 or something like that.
Would he play
Yeah.
better at a center?
His rating would probably go up. I think Maltpau moved the guy from maybe not tackle, but moved the guy to center, and he went up to like a 90
I think he
a
was
few
right
seasons back.
tackle.
Was he right tackle? I think he's still his center now. I can't. His name was like Bergval or something, or Megdal or something like that.
I did that when one of my guys, I took a guard and I moved him to center, and his went up to 80 something as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Panahal is his name on. So he's 291. So he is a bit lighter, but Maltpau moved him from.
It was. I'm pretty sure it was right tackle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right tackle to center. Yep.
Yeah, so he was a tackle, and he came out at like 26 of 71, and then he's been like a 90 rated and then a 80 rated ever since.
Yeah, but it would have been if he has been playing at tackle as well, I guess.
No, you were saying
Yeah, I don't know.
something, MJ. You were saying that players like this on offensive line, they lose their endurance at the end of the game, so they start allowing more sacks. You brought this up.
Yeah, I suspect this guy is going to be a problem in the fourth quarter
Yeah, and
if
he's
the
only
endurance stays as it is.
25 intelligence too, so kind of a double whammy there.
Yeah, and
But
his 40 yards is not very good.
But this was an auto anyway, right?
Yep.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
The Fort Wayne pick was an auto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. It's the whole bakery dog thing, isn't it? So I don't think he
didn't
registered
register.
for the draft.
Oh,
So this was
yeah.
not pick.
Yeah,
Oh, I
so
didn't
this was an
realize he
auto.
wasn't around for the draft either.
No, just going off conscriptor. So conscriptor must have picked this guy because
This
It's a
guy had the
left
highest
tackle. It probably
rating.
had a high grade.
yeah, so he was
Yep.
like a 5.7 raw grade or whatever. So it's probably one of the higher left at that time.
All right, so that was that pick. Then we jump another wide receiver. Um, C Max picked this guy. Let's get to San Antonio. McGee. Wow.
No, see, he looks
Yeah.
nice.
yeah, he had a really low big play, which I think maybe was putting a few people off. I wouldn't worry about it necessarily. I don't think he's got an elite agility.
Yes, he does. Which is that's why his getting downfield is high. I'm showing at 100. So avoid drops is 83, 100 for getting down, 74 possible for route running, third down at 100, 11 for big play, courage 70, very good numbers, and 44 for endurance.
I
Seems
was
like
hoping
great
this guy
value.
might drop a bit based on his big play. Yeah, it is great value. I think he's going to be fine.
He's almost as better than 1-1. Yeah, it
Maybe
could be
He's
yeah.
got all the
possible.
bars you want, apart from maybe the big play. But like everyone else said, sometimes you can sacrifice that if he's got good stuff everywhere else.
Yeah, but I do think that big play being so low means that there's some passes that he cannot reliably take in, right? That, but it's a minor. You just have to plan around it a little bit. The rest of it makes it fine.
So let's dig into that. I've had receivers that did very well and didn't really have great big play possibilities. So what is big play really for? Is it for like the big stretch plays, the deep fades, the deep passes?
I think it's mostly for the yards after carry, after catch. So
I thought that
Yes,
was
and that
getting
means that it's useful for short passes as well.
I thought that was getting downfield.
Getting downfield is actually so it's in the help file, and I think it's reverse of what we have been saying for years. Big play is yards after the catch. Getting downfield is catching a long pass.
I agree, Chuck.
Oh,
I think so.
I don't think that's
I
in the
think
help
so.
pile.
yeah,
I-
I'm
If you
looking
go,
at
if you go into the CSV, that's in the CSV. That's in the help file.
I'm
I
looking
think
at the help file right now. It says big play receiving for tight ends and wide receivers only. The ability to break away for a huge gain after the catch,
There
Yep.
you go.
and then getting downfield, running backs,
Yeah.
tight ends, wide receivers, ability to gain a little more yardage on a route.
and
Yeah.
I think it used to be different in previous iterations of the game.
So getting
It worked
downfield guy
definitely.
gets 12 yards on a slant.
Big play was in previous versions of the game. Big play was everything. So
Okay,
Big play
there you
was
go.
just that bar was just overpowered
yeah,
in the previous versions of the game. If you had a wide receiver that had big play, I mean, it was Randy Moss. He didn't
Yeah,
he didn't have to have any other bar.
yeah.
Mm.
So what?
That
Thinking,
that that
What's
I
that?
was just going to say, thinking about this guy's big play receiving from like a not on the field, but from like a draft science perspective. Are you worried that his big play receiving is so low when his 40 time is like 4.46, which is not terrible,
it,
is it? It's not like a total fail of a 40 drill where it's
I,
just too bad to even register.
I think a big part of the 40-yard dash is also the getting downfield bar. So when it's
All right.
a 100, yeah, it's still gonna be 445.
So it's been pulled into the other bar. Okay.
Yeah,
It's going
Yeah,
in
that
to
makes
avoid drops.
right. Okay.
But I just want to back up. What are we saying the consensus is here in terms of getting downfield versus big play?
so getting downfield means that your guy can make deep routes, and if he makes the catch, then the big play bar can make it turn into an even bigger play, yards of the catch.
yeah.
The big play is the yak.
Yep.
So, like, if you guys go to a scouting report, you can't do it in IHOF right now because we're not at that part of the schedule. But if you go to the scouting report, it's pretty clear that getting downfield is yak.
That's what I
It's
thought.
just
That's what I
it's
was
just
thinking.
wrong. That I think.
I wonder how much stuff is messed up because actually, when you look through all the document stuff, like I just looked at the annual combine thing in the help file, and Jim uses like different naming conventions for the same thing in loads of different parts of the literature. So, like catching the ball, it said the other thing that the 40-yard time goes into is catching the ball. But like when you look at the
It does.
ratings, it's like, well, but which one of that is it? Avoid drops to me isn't necessarily just catching the ball. I mean, adjustable would also be catching the ball. I think he hurts himself by having a bit of opacity with how he tends to keep his naming conventions
No,
across
it's
the.
deliberate.
Is it
Right.
to
Right. That's
keep
the
the
game's
keep the
offering
mystery?
that. He doesn't give you but so much
Yeah,
information.
yeah.
Right, right. Oh, okay,
Figure it
okay.
out. I
And
give
a
you
lot of
some
the
clues, but
information
not
we
everything.
have has been from other GMs figuring it out.
Yeah.
Right.
I really like the big play bar in the sense that I think having a big play bar means you can catch any route, right? But getting downfield is also really useful, and it just comes back to how you use those guys in the game plan. If you had a guy with 100 getting downfield in a big play like this, then you're going to use him one way. And if you had a guy with 11 getting downfield and 100 big play, you would use him quite differently, all other bars being the same, right? But they're both good, both useful. It's not a disaster to have a low bar in one of them, but I think a wide receiver who has a very low bar in both of them is problematic, maybe. Yeah.
Tizak would have answers to this, or at least solid like correlation evidence. I think because I know that he said originally he did a load of stuff about trying to figure out how the bars equated to impact in game. You know what they resulted in. So
He said he likes getting downfield, right? But then you have to go and look at his game plan to figure out why does he like it.
Well, he's also the same guy that said he prefers the timing bar. Then I saw him draft a guy or
Mhm.
get a guy that didn't have a timing bar. So
He's like Jim. He's not going to give
yeah,
you all the
exactly.
answers.
That's great. I like this pick that C-Max did. I can't believe he fell that far.
I looked
Yeah,
at him, but again, we're going back to and I love the combine. I didn't have a good read on the bars because my scout is just awful, and I was just too scared to take them.
Yeah, when you see 19 soul, it's hard to jump at that early on in the order.
Yeah, that too.
All right, good pick. So that was 18. Um, Next up, a tight end. So first tight end comes off the board. MJ, here you go. to get to you.
Low endurance.
Um, so you're
Well,
ready.
you already have a tight end, right?
I have two tight ends.
Yeah, so he can rotate.
Uh, my veteran is in his 12th season, so I needed to look at the future, and I got a guy in the 5th round last season, and now I've got this guy.
It's, it's 20 years old only, so I'm gonna have it for a long time.
Yeah.
And we know you never let a player go. He's gonna be on his way to the grave before he leaves your team.
Well, let's wait and see. I had a tight end a couple bunch of seasons ago that I let go because he was a liability for my offense. He was making the wrong catches and not getting the first down on third and something.
That sounds like a game plan problem.
No, it was definitely things changed when I got the Flylum to replace him. That Flylum was getting the first down, and the previous guy he was when it was he was never getting the right uh, distance. Uh, I think I said it on the forum. I have to see this guy develop to make to be sure that this is really what he will look like.
I didn't have a good read on any of the tight ends. Again, it was just tight end is a position I really could have used. I just couldn't tell who was good and who wasn't. I mean,
I
at this point, I was just really looking at combines and just still kind of confused because I couldn't tell anything from the bars I had.
mm, I my list ran out when I picked this guy, so I did interview him. So his orange bars for avoid drops, getting downfield, route running, courage, adjust the bar. They were all on the 75 plus.
Yeah, so I'm showing avoid drops 85, 76 for getting downfield, 81 for route running. Your courage is at 64, adjustable 93. Wow,
Yeah, so
adjustable.
everything was basically on the high end of the blue bars.
Hmm.
So I figured, why not?
I think that adjust the ball bar is really important for tight ends.
Where they, I think he even was overrated. Oh no, he was escorted.
I like the pick, and he's 20 years old.
Yeah, I like his
In
skills. Will you?
the Go ahead, Tom.
I was just going to say, will you do anything about that 20 endurance in the game plan, or where you put him?
Yeah, I'm afraid this is gonna be my tight end number two and not my tight end number one. This is not a guy that I'm gonna put in every formation. It's
Yeah,
impossible with that endurance.
yeah, yeah.
I've got a 5th round guy that I picked last season, and he's gonna complement him.
Well, this guy's holding out on you.
Yeah,
No, you pay up,
I'm
pay
gonna pay up,
the
but
island.
for his last 2 or 3 seasons, and then I had Bullock in the previous draft.
Oh yeah, he
Oh
looks
yeah,
nice as well.
Yeah, he's good.
and he's
Yeah, in the
22.
fifth round as well.
Said this is basically gonna be my number one tight end very soon.
So do you know how to
Yeah.
use
Yeah,
you know how to
yeah.
use a two tight end system? I always hear people say they always have unsuccessful game planning doing that.
I would use a, a an acceptable amount of two tight end formations.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've noticed that, well, we're gonna see, but I hope if usually I had even worse than this guy as a tight end number two and still play well. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting to have two very uh, talented tight ends on the same team. I actually had two a long time ago. I had two tight ends that were both uh, basically a tech team. Which guy would make it to the all IOF team?
You target this guy almost 200 times. Amazing. Do you have no receivers?
I do. They have route running. Everyone is 90 plus, so
I was just going to talk about this because when we were talking about big play, and I was going to bring up what happens if you have a receiver that has route running high, big play high, and also endurance high. Um, are they, since you can break away and gain more yards based upon the help, do they do better? And now this guy was targeted 87 times, only barely made 400, didn't even make 400 yards catching.
So I this guy is young, he's green. I just needed him to develop but not get involved too much because other guys are better, but this guy needs to develop uh to get more than 100 targets in the next season.
Are you throwing to him in the red zone? Because he had a lot of touchdowns, but short average yards per
To
target.
I probably do to a lot of guys.
Mm,
I probably throw to 5 or 6 different guys in the red zone.
right.
I like Hutchins. Next up, so we have a left guard that was picked up from Plainfield.
Yeah, it's a running team,
Yep.
intelligent, very high run block. Not too bad.
I couldn't tell you if he's good or not. For me, I don't like him because his pass blocking, but you guys run, so you like this guy for running. He's a 72 possibility, 46 for pass blocking, 74 for blocking strength, and endurance at 36.
I guess he might be slightly disappointed that he came in kind of on the low end of his potential so far.
Yeah.
He's like right at the end of that, at the low end of that blue bar, really, isn't he?
Yeah, I
On
mean, he
the
probably
run blocking.
The form has him as a 63, so he probably looks a little better.
Yeah, he looks okay. I mean, I definitely have drafted guys like this at this spot,
yep.
hoping that they would be a little bit better or that their run block bar would be higher than it looked at first glance.
Mm.
But if he looks like this and you drafted him 120, you might. I think you'd probably think, oh, I was hoping for more, but that's fine. I can live with that for a 120 pick.
Yeah, and if he's being if you think of him about like as being part of the group rather than just is he a stud guy on his own,
Yeah,
you could have this
exactly.
guy in a
Now,
good
Exactly.
offensive line.
Yeah.
now he's 53%. Do you think he's going to go higher than what we're seeing? He's 53% developed.
No.
I don't.
I don't think you'll get much higher, no.
His combines are good, but not more than that, right? So the most likely outcome is he looks. We're just seeing something pretty close to reality.
All right, so that was pick number 20.
He was the top guard as well by raw grade. That guy, he had like 6.4, which was that was the
Right.
only guard that had over a 6 raw grade. So
Yeah. So a little bit of age and development playing in as well.
yeah, that's probably pushing it up. The development being over 50%.
Yeah.
The development at 50% and the endurance bar looking full. That's not normal, is it?
Well, his endurance bar could be heavily masked in the sense
That makes
that it is much higher than it looks like now.
his broad jump wasn't very good, but
Yeah,
that makes me think he could go up a little.
it could also mean the other side, the other end of it, that it's overrated.
Well,
Mm.
I can hope it's overrated. Screw you, Dan.
Now Iowa comes in and takes a safety, strong safety. Iowa. Let's get him up. Roderick, where are you, Roderick? Here we go. All right, so this is his guy. He's 22 years old, 5'8", 200 pounds. He has run defense of 61, 89 for man to man, 53 for zone, bump and run 65. Play diagnostic is 44. Punishing hit 77. Interception could be a 77, and he has endurance of 82. Again, he's picking at 121.
What do you think,
So
Clay? You've got to face him twice a year. That interception bar against your rookie QB.
Yeah, he's got man to man and interception. I wonder if he's gonna convert him to cornerback.
So that's the guy. It was between him and the guy I drafted. Those were the top two in my shoot, and I went with the defensive end.
Oh, Jugs, you're here. Does a strong safety cover the tight end, or does he cover the running back?
No one knows.
No one knows. Okay.
Jug, how did this guy interview?
I got back overrated for him, which was part of the reason that tipped me towards getting the other guy. Let me see.
The reason why I'm asking that question, and to answer your question, Melman, if he's not covering my tight end, then I have no problem because of he can cover my running back anytime he wants to, and I don't.
Yes, all
because he doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah, and I don't run, so I can care less about his safety on that part either. So
So after I did the interview on him, um, I can tell you I see him a little bit better than what Clay sees him.
I'm sure he is. By the way, Mike, because my defensive scout sucks.
But
Forum has him as a 65.
but yeah, he to me he's clearly a cornerback convert. Like he would really he should be a corner.
Yeah,
He's like
with this
5'8". It's small, isn't it? 5'8" is a small defensive back. There's not many guys that are that size. Usually, is there? Usually, you want them 5'9", 5'10", maybe.
I
To be a 5'8" safety.
5'8" guy that led the league in interceptions.
Did you?
In which position?
Corner.
Do you think this guy's a corner in as a safety? You'd convert him to corner.
To me,
or
his
play him at
size
corner.
is corner because he can drop weight. So
Right.
to me, his size is corner.
And he runs a
Ryland has got
4.41.
Ryland has got a strong safety in another league, who is smaller than this in height. Who's maybe the best strong safety that league has ever seen. I think he's 5'7". He might be 5'6".
I mean, I don't look forward to playing against this guy. I like him. And he's got high soul. He can play special teams, intercept the ball, play all three coverages.
Yeah. I think in this draft, it's a perfectly good pick at 121.
And if he
Clay,
converts him to the cornerback, definitely. What are you going to ask me, Greg?
cornerback. Yeah,
Jugs.
If you go to individual stats, year 21-19,
What team?
and just go pass cover because he's right at the top. Just go pass cover.
What team? Oh, the whole thing? Okay, hold on. Cornerback. Was it cornerback or safety?
Yeah, cornerback. There he goes. Ashton Graham. So that's the guy I had. He's 5'8".
Yeah.
Do you play him outside or in the slot?
He started at left corner the first, I think, 2 years, and then I moved him into the slot when I drafted another guy.
So there's his pass defense, 82.6 career.
Jeez, man. 11 interceptions as a rookie. That's nuts.
And look at how many pass plays. He had low endurance his first couple years because he wasn't fully developed. So he wasn't even on the field for all the snaps. He might have had 13, 14 interceptions.
That's crazy. 11 interceptions in 1 year, and it's as a rookie. and he took 4 of them for touchdowns as well. Did he win Rookie of the Year that year? He must have.
Won Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year.
Nice. Well, Jay-Z is going to be looking at this guy, hoping that he can do something similar.
I hope
Yeah,
not.
I think he should move him to. I think he should move him to left corner.
I think he should
Yeah.
move him to linebacker.
I mean, he's very green though, only 18% developed. Is
Hey,
the
can
only
I
thing that we can look at.
I can change his position, it looks like.
No,
No, you won't be able to do that.
Maybe.
As nice as it'd be.
I'm going to change it to quarterback.
But yeah, nice
Well,
pick.
so that was pick. Nice pick, Jay-Z. So we have another safety being picked. And we have Houston. Here we go.
Oh, he looks good as
Wow.
well.
it looks
Yeah.
even better.
Look at his
Yeah.
He does, but this guy really is a cornerback, isn't he? With that size, 5'11", 197.
So his run defense, I'm seeing is 81, 87 man-to-man, zone at 67, bump and run 75. I know, Jugs, you love that. 98 for play diagnostic. 100 at interception possible, and 100 at endurance.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I
Is
wonder
it- I
why.
mean,
I
this,
want.
this on my end, this guy is a 72 in interceptions and a 71 in endurance, so it's a wide margin of error.
Yeah, I got 72 after my interview on him. I got 72 for interceptions.
On my end, this guy's best bar is run defense, and it's by quite a margin.
Yeah, I got 97 on run defense for him.
Okay. I wonder why Jay-Z didn't take Hutton.
Well, I guess that part of it is that this guy looks very different.
I'm going to bring
Right,
him
he
up.
looks
From
different to
everybody's,
you than he does us.
perspective,
Because,
yeah.
like I say, I had Boyington higher than Hutton on my list.
Yeah, I see his interceptions wildly different to you guys. I see 63.
Oh, you do? Okay, so my guy is really bad. So these are the two guys. So you're not seeing any of this. You're seeing them worse. Hutton.
Yeah, everything is lower with the exception of
Run defense.
the run defense. The run defense bar is about on point. The man-to-man bar is high, but not as high as what you show. And everything else is like, it looks like a good 20 to 30 points lower than what you show.
Okay, so remember what you just said, Jugs. I'm going to show you my scout. And now we're going to see how really bad scouts are. That's where his bars.
Oh
Ooh,
man, that's just random.
ouch.
It shows you now the spread on a player.
Powell should trade for that guy.
Just to be fair, my defensive coordinator is about
Like mine?
70, no, 65, 70 in scouting ability. So my guy isn't best of it either. I mean, he's much better than yours, but mine can still be way off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a lot better than what I am. So, for instance, like a GM like myself, and that's probably why Jug says that he doesn't want to pick an offensive player because his scout. I would have saw this guy looking like this, and I would have drafted him. But that's just a mirage. I'm not getting that player. I think I have that player, but you guys see someone far, far worse.
I think I'm gonna agree with Juggernaut. I mean, if your scouting is very bad in one group, then you just don't want to spend your first round pick in that area. Late second, third round, fourth round, sure you can take the gamble, but the
Yeah.
first round, it's so tricky.
Yeah. But I mean, this is a good player, isn't it? Even though we all see him a bit differently, we all see him as good.
Oh,
Is
yeah, he's not a
if
bad
everything is
player. He just
70,
doesn't look
sure.
like 80 rated.
Yeah.
All right, so that was pick 122.
He's an interesting one, that guy, just because I just looked at him in Draft Analyzer, and the only combine that's marked as green there is the agility, and it's like dark green, so obviously not as good as it could be. So it's just interesting that his bars were that high when none of his combines were really,
They don't match.
spectacular. Yeah,
Right.
and I
Well,
don't know what group he's in for intelligence, whether that 26 soul will be low because that's not highlighted either. So
well, even his burrow grade isn't that high.
I do think Mount Power said before that safeties, you don't get many safeties with like high raw grades though. So I don't know if that's at play
Yeah,
with that one.
yeah.
Because what is his grade? So I've got it raw as 5.1. And that red flag safety was like 5.9, which is probably one of the highest safety raw grades I've seen. But yeah, I don't know. And you think how big his play diagnosis is, and if he only has 26 soul, and depending on his group, if all of his intelligence has gone in there or whatever, he might be dumb. But I don't know what that
Yeah,
soul group is.
he's a red guy and 46 intelligence.
Right. Okay. It's not too bad then.
Yeah, not at all.
All right, so next up is Jops.
Yeah, I think this guy was obviously the best defensive tackle, if I remember right.
Hold on, let me fix this.
Even though his size is a bit strange, but
Does Jobs play a 3-4 or 4-3?
He's I believe he's 4-3.
I
So
like
he's 3-4.
I
This will
like
be an
this
end
guy.
for him, I guess.
there's a
I
defensive
actually,
Okay, so
end.
this is a perfect fit for a left defensive end for him then.
I actually
Apart from maybe
considered,
his height.
yeah, I considered this guy at 12 to replace the guy I traded to Howie. I mean, I was really looking at him, going, man, I could just move him to right end, see if he can drop a few pounds, and
Well, yeah,
let's go.
he should be able to drop because he's 294. So yeah, he would drop.
Yeah, he thinks he's a 3-4 end as well.
All right, guys. I'm showing him at 92 for run defense, PT at 90, pass strength is 87, and play diagnostic at 66, and endurance at 76. Are you guys close off?
He's a bit lower on my end, but when I saw this guy post draft, I was like, why didn't I pick this guy instead of the tight end?
Yeah.
Well, he's definitely lower. That's another guy I interviewed. He's definitely lower on my end, but he looks every bit of a 70 plus rated player that can stuff the run.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. I see him 75 overall, which means that those top three bars are a bit lower, but they're still good.
I like the pick.
Yeah. Me too.
And he even has endurance, which is always important for a defensive lineman.
Yep.
All right, good pick, Jops. Next up, that was 23, pick 23. We're on 24, cornerback, Bardos. All right, so here we go. Again, I'm going to read out my numbers. Man to well, his run defense is 15, but his man to man is 78. Zone is 83. Bump and run 96. Play D 66. Interception 88.
Well, you see him way better than I see him.
Yeah, you see him significantly better than what I do.
Okay, so he's terrible then.
He's not terrible.
He's not terrible.
I got 37 on run defense, 54 on man, 77 on zone, 86 on bump, 37 play diagnosis, 66 on interceptions.
Okay.
Yeah. basically what I see. I see him 59 overall with pretty much bars like Chuck just said.
Right. Yeah. And I got him as 60. I got him as future 60.
So if you
Yeah.
look at his player card, it's more lined up with what you just said, Jugs. If you're looking at all the gray shaded part of
Yep.
the player card.
Yep. That's about right. Yep.
So that's what he's looking like. Okay. So he is 47% developed. He's 23 years old, 6 feet, 200 pounds. He has a high volatility of 81.
I'm saying good pick. Nothing wrong with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
This is the kind of guy I would be disappointed when I see him. And then after a couple of seasons, he's gonna
Yeah,
play well,
Well,
and then you think, well,
that's
it
it.
was worth it.
That's it.
we
That's
we
it.
don't know how Alf saw him. So maybe Alf sees him exactly how he is. I mean, keep in mind this is at 1.24, not at 1.10.
But this guy is gonna be a very nice nickelback or free safety if he holds up for what we see.
And can play outside as well. And I mean, if you want to play a lot of press coverage, he's going to be good.
Mm-hmm. He's all around player. He's got man to man and zone.
It's like we talked about on part one. We said that Moontown had a good defense, and we looked at my cornerbacks, and they're less than 50 rated.
Correct.
And this guy is higher than 50 rated, and when he gets some cohesion, he's going to be excellent, in my opinion.
Elf's defensive coordinator is high enough in scouting ability, so he knows what he's got.
I think this was the worst pick in the whole draft. This person right here. Who is this? Oh, that's Boots.
That's good. That's good
I'm joking.
because I like him.
Here we go. Carlos McDaniel. You want to tell us about him, Boots? Your pick.
He's fine. He's absolutely fine. He's what I've been saying all along. You have to look at the bars that you're getting, and that determines how you're going to use him. And he's got a lot of big play. His route running is fine. His avoid drops is fine. His getting downfield is good. I won't use him on third down that much. His endurance is high enough to play most positions on the depth chart. I don't care if he can play special teams. If he looks like this, I'm absolutely fine about taking him in the first round.
Avoid.
If he doesn't,
Good.
okay, whatever.
No, I was gonna say avoid drop 74, getting downfield 70, route running 60, big play 76, courage 55,
Yeah.
endurance 42. He's 6'2", big guy,
Yep.
22
Yep.
years old.
He's 441. That's good. He's 6'6", 697. That's fine. His bench press is just about good enough. I'm absolutely. If he looks like this, then he's an absolutely fine part of my pass catching unit. And like I mentioned, my main target is going to be the tight ends that me and Grim had a nice head-to-head in free agency to see who was going to pay him quarterback
Yeah.
money or more.
You
So
bastard.
yeah. But you got the
Six.
you got the
Yeah, I
second
got
prize,
the
which was also
other
good.
guy.
Yeah,
I got
who
the
was
other
also
guy.
really good.
Yep.
This guy. So he's just supporting this guy. That's absolutely fine for me.
I like McDaniel's. You get that route running up there? Yes, I like him.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
have no problem with these guys who look a little bit less than amazing. This is for me is going to be a good wide receiver if he comes out like this.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Late first round pick. That's a good pick.
I think so.
Well, we talked about it last show. All it cares about is where the bars are at that you need, and you just make it work from there.
I really like that big play on this guy, on McDaniel. But we also talked a little bit before about with Mass Lewis, I think, about running like a 2 tight end system. That's what I'm going to do this year as well. So I got the Compton I brought in free agency, paid him loads of money. But Curtin, this guy, he's also good, and he's really good for a second tight end, I think, as a pass catcher. I don't care about the blocking bars on tight ends. I just spread out the pass catching targets and off we go. That's how I like to play.
All right, it's going to be interesting to see this season on these two tight end sets that you and Jay are going to have. I like that. Not too many people play too many two tight end sets. Do you guys know any GMs that do play a lot of two tight ends?
Boots is the first guy I think of when I think of that recently, at least.
Well, I'm gonna
You know,
try to I'm gonna try to play three, but you can't play three really because you can't play 1-3-1 and 230 enough. But I'm gonna have plenty of plays for three tight ends.
I wonder why Jim did that to the system. That penalizes you to use certain formations too many times.
Hmm.
No
I don't
one.
know. It's irritating though. I don't know why, but it's irritating.
I can think of two things. One, to keep it realistic, and the other might be to avoid big. Uh, what's the word for it?
Gamey
I can't get it right.
when you game the system.
Exploits. That to avoid exploits.
Exploits, yeah, yeah.
Does anyone know what's the count that you're allowed to use per game on the non-traditional formations? Is it like five,
I think it
three?
depends on what your offensive coordinator style is.
Interesting.
A little bit, yeah. So what I mean is, it's not just a number. It depends what system you're running. That can give you a bit of flexibility, in my opinion.
For instance, I run a West Coast, so you're saying a two tight end system, and I run something. Um, what is it? The 1-2-2? Is it?
I think you can play 1-2-2 almost unlimited, probably,
Okay.
regardless of system. Yeah. I think it's just those like kind of minority sets. My intuition would say the spread can get away with a little bit more 005, 014, 023. A little bit more. Not much, but enough to make it not just a number that you have to avoid.
Got you.
But if you want a rule of thumb, I think 5 is a safe spot.
Another factor is also, let's say you wanted to use like five wide receivers, then I think it's better to spread it out between you using it once as a first and 10 possession, using it once in first, second down, 6 to 9, once in third and short, stuff like that. If you distribute the plays between different game situations, I think that can buy you a little bit of extra usage as well.
Mm, okay. That was helpful. All right, so this is pick 126. Saw picked linebacker. Again, this is how I'm seeing him: 16 at run defense, 66 pass tech, 56 pass strength, zone 73, bump and run 58, 97 play diagnostic, 76 on punishing hit, and he has a big high endurance at 85.
Yeah, looking at his roster, that kind of looks like a need pick to me. He's only got one decent running back, a young guy coming up a little bit, but
You think he's moving him to weak linebacker set because of the pass rush?
well, he plays a 4-3, so no, this is going to be a strong side guy for him.
Mm.
You have to switch to Augusta. You still have the roster of Munta on your screen.
Say that again.
You were showing the linebackers from Moontown.
Thank you, by the way. So, which is the linebacker you were speaking of? This guy,
No,
Green.
that's a rookie. That's one coming up, third season. And then he's got an outside guy that's okay. Yeah, I kind of think that was a probably a need pick for him, and he's going to be all right. Not bad for a late first. Of course, he could be better than what we're seeing it here. So
Free safety coming up from Texas. So, how we picked up this guy.
Yeah, this is the trade with you, Grim, isn't it?
yes, it is.
Well, he looks nice on my side. I don't know how you guys see him on your side. Are you seeing him more
Yeah.
like his player's card, the gray portion of the player's card, or you seeing him more like the little box that I highlighted, where you're
The
seeing the green?
forum has the forum has him as a 53.
So he's a lot lower than what I have, what I'm showing. I have him shown him at 61.
So far, he looks like lower than this, I think, yeah.
So man to man, you guys are showing him maybe at 55, zone at 55 in that area.
The zone is about the same, I suspect, for everybody, but man-to-man, bump and run, play diagnosis, very different.
Mm.
Much lower.
Yes. Yeah. More like 50 and those other things.
Yeah.
Those are big drops. Those are 30 point drops and 40 point drops.
Yeah, but it feels like it could be disappointing.
Yeah. This guy's got a very high position drill, I think, for defensive back, doesn't he? So you would think his zone is going to be good.
And interceptions.
And interceptions, yeah.
Mm.
So basically, those bars are about spot on, but everything else looks like it's dropping.
Well, this is a lesson when you have a bad scout, how fool you can be thinking a player's good.
Yeah, you have to draft a bit more off the combines, basically, right?
Yeah, Howie's scout is 69 rated, so
All right, so that was pick 27. Almost to the end, guys. Running back was picked by, here's Tucker. So Tucker, Ben had back-to-back picks here.
This guy is worth to talk about.
He's gonna
it,
switch into wide receiver now.
yep.
Yeah. I looked at this guy and I was like, oh yeah, he looks like he could be amazing, but I don't want to take a running back in the first round. And then of course I forgot to look at how big is he. He basically had maximum static bars everywhere, and I guess the thought is that he's actually going to go up hugely.
Well, the forum sees him wildly different than this. They have him as 65.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And that's
Interesting.
before he's converted to a wide receiver.
Wow, 65. And my offensive scout is a little decent.
I've got him as a 48 as well.
Was this the
Yeah,
pick Ben traded into, or was this
Yeah.
his pick?
I mean, it doesn't matter,
Yeah,
right? They're back to back.
Yeah, yeah.
they're back to back. But this is when I was looking over the draft, this guy was like maximum statics in 3 bars, right? And that means he's a freak, probably. What I forgot, like I say, what I forgot to check was, is he a wide receiver size? Because I just didn't want to take a running back. But of course, it turns out he's actually a wide receiver size running back.
So it's going to be interesting. He's going to convert him before training camp, or he's going to convert him after training camp. If he switches them, I'm saying.
That's before.
Bef- be-
I would say
before,
before.
and he's going to be 80 rated. I actually have no idea if he's going to be 80 rated, but he's going to go up a lot, I think, over what
Uh,
you're seeing, Clay.
If Ben sees him as a 65, his ratings must be much higher everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see him tomorrow then for the sim.
Or maybe Monday or whenever training camp actually is. Yeah, it's not quite yet.
All right. So
But he's like a unicorn player. That's the point. We're not seeing anything. I don't think we're seeing anything like what he's really like yet.
oh, that was Ben's pick at 28, and then he goes in and picks up this wide receiver right after.
So this guy's a really high route running, low solar seismic. So what's going on there?
Must be stupid.
Mm,
The
He
player,
must
not
be.
Ben.
He yes, yeah, exactly. The player must be stupid, but even so, it's quite extreme, right? To have a solar seismic 19 and a route running of maybe 90.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's got 24 intelligence.
So basically, his bar might be as it is.
Mhm. He's also a big guy.
Yes, he is. I couldn't tell you. Ben sees things on his computer and stuff. He knows where to look, like Malpal, and
Yeah.
No,
he knows the tells of a player.
I, I think they look at different things, but that's another story.
Yeah, I mean, this guy does not have an exceptional 40 time at all, actually. So
Would
it is interesting to know what the thought process behind this one is. Maybe it's just he's got a really high route running. That's fine. That's all Ben needs.
I remember hearing something. I think it was on the show, and maybe it was Malpal and Ben and stuff. And of course, you're correlating his 40 dash with his big play receiving, and so they kind of match up. He doesn't have a big 40 dash, so whatever the bars are showing in front of them means that that's the bars they're gonna get. So the route running is what he's seeing, and so he's gonna land on that route running bar because they're correlating to certain uh, static bars, and that's why I asked before about the static bars.
I think 451 is a particular number for wide receivers that you look for, and if they have a good play receiving at 451, then that's a good sign for you.
There you go.
Because
Right,
451, you could have big play, like it could be all the way to the left, or it could be in the middle, like it is, and seeing it in the middle is a good thing. Like that other receiver who had 11 big play or something like that. Wasn't he a 446 if memory serves?
Yeah.
Right. So this guy has a worse 40 but a better big play, and I think that's the kind of thing that helps you think this guy might be all right.
Yeah, and maybe he's not. Maybe he's. I suspect that this is just a guy who actually just looks like this, and for Ben, that's perfectly fine because he has a lot of wide receivers and he's going to be super useful and he doesn't need to be a stud.
Yeah, this guy is he's gonna use that courage bar.
Yeah. This is going to be, well, I'm showing him as close to a 70 on the courage bar. He's got
Yeah, so
adjust to the ball, the 868.
so he can just kind of run any route.
All right. So that was Ben. Then we have Hanalei takes a running back.
It's an auto pick, right?
Oh, was it?
I think it was.
Malpal hasn't been around for a while, has he?
Not really.
He's been around.
He's been around. Okay.
Yeah,
You know
he
what
made some clip himself.
You know what I think he does? I think he lets his team get in disarray, and then he comes back in, drafts all these guys, and takes them to the championship.
He registered for the draft.
Yeah, but I think he registered late.
No, he made that pick. He registered on
Okay.
either. Yeah, he registered early. It was either as soon as Ben put the stuff up or shortly after. Yeah, he made that pick.
Okay.
I mean, unless he got autoed, unless he timed out, but he was definitely registered.
I don't think he timed out in the first round.
So then the last guy, actually, we have two more. Uh, so Julio picked up this guy. Here we go. Tackle.
I think this guy is quite representative of the tackles that were available this year. There was a lot of sort of run blocking guys.
Now you guys like to run a lot, so you don't mind having just a high run blocking bar, and your pass blocking bar being low, correct, fellas?
40's pushing it,
Yeah.
and the forum sees him as a 60 as opposed to a 62, so it might not even be 40.
Julio's running a lot at the moment, isn't he?
Julio, he
Yeah, he had this that breakout, the running back that did a fantastic season. He ran for 200 yards over my team. And we didn't allow anybody to run for 100.
yeah, he ran 571,
I,
average
I
about a.
always enjoy I always enjoy seeing what his teams are up to because he doesn't really have a system like a lot of GMs. He just kind of plays what his players can play, I think. That's the feeling I get.
Yeah, he tweaks a lot.
Yeah. From season to season, right? You can't rely on him. You can't build a defense to stop Gothenburg's run and expect them to stay a running team for the next 10 years.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this. So Toronto ran for 5.74 yards a carry. Impressive. And then we have Gothenburg
Very.
at 5.44. And then everyone else 194 yards, and Toronto had 216 yards.
Mm.
Mm. Where were you, Melman? Oh, Melman was 4.67. Because I know your team's always good at running as well. All right, so he picked up this left tackle. So I guess he's going to use it for his run game and not have to worry about his passing game at the end of the day. And last is Melman.
Oh, yeah, I didn't love this. I didn't love this spot really.
Really?
I would have. Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel good taking. Oh, you see him, I think, better than I do.
Don't go
Yeah, you
by
tried
mine.
to trade out. You tried to trade out, didn't you?
I put it up, but there was no interest, I guess,
Yeah.
because Ben had got in just before and taken his guy from, I think, Colorado, traded out maybe if that spot. So
What do you guys see him at? Because my guy, I'll give you an example. Man to man, I have 61. Zone, I have 38.
yeah, so I see him as like run defense is below 30, and then his man to man, it says the future is 42, zone defense future 55, bump and run is a 60 at the moment with a future 85, play diagnosis is 75, punishing hitter 72, interceptions will be 68, and then endurance will be 73. So like he's all right. When I look at his bars, I think he's probably going to end up being a safety maybe with the bump and run and zone defense, or like I'll play him in long downs, or he might play the nickel with that zone defense and the interceptions. But really, I like the interception bar, and I just felt like I don't know. I had him on my list, and I couldn't really talk myself out of him and into anyone else at that spot, if you know what I mean. So
He's also tall and smart. He's got some intangibles.
yeah, he'll be all right.
I
He'll be
hope
all
he's
right.
terrible.
He'll be getting
He's,
interceptions
he's,
against Kansas. That's all I'm hoping for.
he's not going to be terrible, I'm afraid, Clay.
I'm looking at the schedule. I think week 8 and week 17, he's going to have that circled in his calendar for a couple of interceptions, hopefully. So, but he'll be part of a group that's already quite good and has played together for a few years. I've got a couple of other guys who are safeties, but they play all over the defensive back spot. And then I signed a free agent, that Rusty Gayler, paid him some big money to come in, and then I got Carlberg, who's all right, and Eli George has been good for me. So there's not too much expectation on him as a one player. He's going to come into a group and hopefully be all right.
Free agency was the Mac Powell sweepstakes again.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
it absolutely was. You know what? Last season I tried to trade with Mal Powell for both of the tight ends that were available this year, and I basically said to him, "I'll give you a first for each one." And then he didn't. And then the day I sent that message to him, he didn't log into the forum again for about a month afterwards.
It happens every so often. There's like a huge purge from Moontown
Yeah.
into the general player pool in free agency, and everyone just
Yeah,
clambers
from
for
Hanalei,
the good players. Yeah, from
Yeah.
Hanalei.
What did you pay for him? Okay, here we go.
A lot.
Oh, you lost.
No, I paid a lot.
Yeah,
He's
like
basically getting paid the same as my quarterback.
Yeah.
Yep. Over 60 million. Yep.
62.
Yeah. When I joined IHOF, which is like 10 seasons ago, I took that guy Butch Ramirez from Augusta, I think, and I paid 210 million over 4 years for him, and he was ridiculously good. And this is just the same guy with a little bit of inflation on top. And it was quite good fun going head to head with Grimmer to see who was going to go to the crazy levels, because I mean there's most of the wide receivers in the league are not getting paid as much as this guy, so
We asked this question, and it's been many talks before shows. Is what does this player have to do to make up for that kind of money? What does he have to give you? Receiving touchdowns, first downs, games winning. What is it that you? That's what, because that's what we talk about, right? When we pay this kind of money.
more than 1,000 yards a season and playing in the playoffs on a very regular basis, basically, and then he's worth it, I think.
Yeah.
Booch, you've been in the league for 10 seasons now?
Yep.
Wow, it doesn't seem that long.
Yeah, I mean, it's IHOF, man. It's not much longer than a year in calendar time, but yeah. I think it's actually 12 seasons, maybe.
No, it's 8.
No, it's more than that. Sure.
No, it's 8. It's 8 seasons in a year.
Oh, this is your 13th
Yeah.
season. Boots.
Yeah. So it's long. It's a bit longer than a calendar year. Sorry, that's what I was trying to say. So yeah, maybe a year and a half. That's probably about right.
Jugs.
You should take a look at the guy that Grim got, because he's just as good. He might end up being better.
What's
It's
the-
Keck. Tight end Demetrius Keck. I mean, for me, this guy is just as good, basically. So, if I didn't get the other one, I would have just put the same money down on the table for this one, basically.
Yep, I had to pay a little bit more to get this guy.
Wow.
Yeah, you did. We've redefined the tight end salary market this offseason between me and you.
Yep,
Yeah.
for the next 4 years at least.
Yeah,
Kinda
but doesn't
fucked everyone on that.
but you've got number 2 tight end. I've got number 3. Player's got the highest paid guy.
You guys are spoiling my own my tight end.
60.
Yeah, we're just ruining it for everyone.
Oh yeah, you got that guy holding out too.
Yeah,
He's
he
gonna want
wants,
even
Yeah.
more
he wants
money.
30 million now. He
Yep.
was used to getting 20 million per season.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna ask. I
Yeah.
was gonna
Yeah.
ask that question. Does that happen since you guys like? He just paid 66 million. Does it go up?
Oh, I bet it does.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
every
I
tight
think it
end is
would.
going to want a bit more money after this.
Yep.
Wonderful. I better sign my tight end then. Well, yes. So that's what we had that conversation about. What players get you that extra win? What players deserve the money to get? And then do they not have to perform, but them being on the team makes the other players perform?
Yeah, and if you're drafting lower in the first round, you have to do something to get good players, right? And one of the things you can do is just pay too much money to get ones that you really like.
Ryan, your team, you have a set, you have your game plans that you have, and you have your set players that you're looking for. I guess he stepped away.
Yeah, they might have.
Because I know everyone, you guys have your set game plans and your set players that you go after. Because you made a comment about Julio, he just game plans whoever he gets, and that's what it is. But
Hmm.
you guys have a set type of player that you want, correct? That you want to put on your team.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
I think I personally lean a bit more towards what Julio does, which is just try to work with what I've got. But when there's a player like that tight end on the marketplace, he's worth to overpay for because I can't get into a position to draft one of those guys unless it's ridiculously fortunate in one falling down the board.
Then I'll propose this statement to you or a question, Boots. You have a passing team, let's just say, for a couple of
Mm.
years, and then you're picking top three, and a solid running back comes to you. Would you take the solid running back and switch your team now to a running team? Or would you pass on that top running back and try to build still around your passing team?
I think that's an interesting question for everyone, and most of the GMs on the call are much more experienced than me. But personally, I would not take a premium running back unless I had at least some form of offensive line to put them behind.
Okay. For you guys, Grim and Melman and Jugs, I know you guys run more, but if a premium wide receiver was out there and you had an aging running back from your running team, would you switch over and start going out passing because you have a premium wide receiver?
For me, I'm not changing shit. I've had the same playbook for years, real lifetime. I've always played spread. That's just not going to change. My game plan will change depending on who's in there. As far as who I got for now, I obviously have to add more tight end plays this season because I haven't had a really good tight end for a number of years.
Mm.
Um, I always try to. What I want is like 4,000 yards passing for my quarterback and 2,000 yards rushing, out of my whatever running backs I have, and that's the way I've worked it for since I came into since it switched to us game planning ourselves. So I've always tried to do that. So yeah, if I get a great wide receiver, maybe I'm not going to pass more, but he's going to get more targets than someone else.
I think I'm mostly the same in the sense. I mean, I like to win. That's what I want to try and do. I want to try and win.
Yes.
And other leagues that I've had different teams in, and I've tried different builds and stuff. I've not had the same level of success that I have when I've had the system I've got in the IHOF now and in the RZB and stuff. So for me, I don't want to change that because I don't want to I'm not sick of it yet. I hate watching it if we're losing games and stuff. So I want to give us the best chance to win. And at the moment, that comes with running, I think. So
Yeah,
that's just for me though. I'd never spend big money on a wide receiver because the team is composed of different elements. We spend money on the offensive line. I'd be happy to pay a stud running back, but if not, I'll make do with guys who have bars in the right places and stuff. But yeah, I don't
I,
think
I,
I'd ever have a wide receiver as like the highest paid guy on my roster.
It's
yeah. I always look at your team here, Tom, and I think it's like run to win and pass to score, right?
Yeah,
So you
that's
like to just kind of pound the ball to keep the game in some sense tight or reduce like the amount of variability. But when you get into the red zone, you like to pass to score touchdowns. And you can see that in the fact that your quarterbacks always have very high um, quarterback ratings because their numbers are getting kind of pumped up by the amount of scoring passes they have, something like that. That's how I've sort of
yeah.
deconstructed what you're doing. That's it.
Yeah, and we try and give them a chance by giving them completions. So sometimes we're not always
Yeah,
pushing it as hard as we could, but we're basically
yeah,
running to try and get ourselves into like third and manageable, and then we're trying to
yeah,
convert that, and then when we get in the red zone, it's
yeah,
about giving it to what playmakers we do have. Yeah.
yeah. In NFL terms, that's like kind of old school football, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it's always better to have good players. Like when we had Horner, he was a player who played above our system in a way because he was so talented in terms of the bars he had that he would do things that weren't a result of the game plan. He would
Yeah,
make throws or he would score or scramble or do whatever, and that was just his talent. And
yeah,
we're having to learn to live without that now.
Yeah, Horner was exceptional.
Yeah,
A pain he has to
yeah, he
deal with,
was.
but
Yeah.
exceptional. He had top rated quarterback ratings. He was always in the hundreds. I don't think he ever broke underneath it. Am I correct on that, Melman?
Um, he might have had a couple of seasons. I can't quite remember his whole career. I'll take a look, but I knew even from his rookie season, watching the games on Soul Vision, I was like, I haven't told him to do a lot of this stuff. He's just doing it. That's just his bars making him do that. So
I mean, you can
he
look.
was a
yeah.
fun one.
Having an amazing quarterback in one of those like slightly more conservative systems is just it's so dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Here he is. Okay, his rookie year, of course, he comes out, but then he starts getting into his feet and just takes off. So
Yeah.
his average is 90. Well, his career average 99.9.
And really, when he came out, he was 1% developed. So those first sort of 3 seasons, maybe even 4 seasons, were all playing up to try and get him up to 100% developed. He would have been
Look,
green
look,
from.
look at that 300 plus yards passing games column. It's nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
he doesn't have to. He's playing so like inside his capabilities, right?
Yeah.
He was
And
a headache. This guy
yeah,
Horner.
yeah.
Yeah. He was a fun one.
But okay, but look how many times he passed the ball. Like, let's just take this one: 490, 420. All right, 420 attempts, but 32 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Yeah, this is what I mean, Clay, about run to win, pass to score. So he's racking up passing touchdowns, which is why his QBR is so high. But he's not passing the ball that much actually. So it's more weighted towards passing the ball in scoring situations.
He was a guy maybe that I could have tried to change the game plan for, and pushed his bars to see what he could have
You
done.
could have
But
played any style with him probably. But I mean, you
yeah,
won a bunch of balls, so what the hell?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah, he was one of my favorite players that I've ever had. And that's the good thing about IHOF is that you get these guys and their whole career goes by in like a relatively short amount of time in real life, so you can sort of see the whole thing through.
Mm, yeah, you did good stuff with him. I'm so happy he's gone, but it doesn't matter that he's gone because you just plug and play with somebody else.
Well, I traded for that guy last year from Chicago, who I'd been messaging Zappa like for maybe 2 or 3 off seasons every year. Not him. That's a chemistry backup guy. It was Dennis Gallion, I think. Yeah. So this guy, I'd been messaging Zappa every so often because he was just sitting on the bench after he got Salvador Turner, and he was never interested in trading him. And then I traded for a guy from Paris. I had him for 1 year. That was the other guy, Corbin James. And then, last year he finally said, "Oh, just make me an offer then." And I did. And then I didn't think we'd win a bowl, but he came in, he did, he did okay.
I said something to Zappa as soon as he drafted his new quarterback, and he kept trying to tell me he wanted to play both of them. I said, you can't play 2 quarterbacks. This isn't college. Like, you got to play one quarterback. And he kept trying to tell me how much he liked him. And honestly, he could have got more than 2 third-round picks for him. That's just not doing your due diligence. It's just really just not smart. It's just not smart GMing.
Well, I know, because when the trade went through, I think you and I think Orlando had commented on there saying, "Oh, if there was an open market."
Because Orlando probably would have gave him two second-round picks for him.
Yeah, people would have bid him up, but I'm paying for it now because he wants like 60 million a year. So.
Oh yeah, because you won. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, man, pay the guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till PS2 though, because for a guy like this who doesn't have huge bars and stuff, I am always a bit scared that even like a 10-point drop off could really hurt.
When you got him, he wasn't fully developed yet either.
No, that was the thing. Yeah, he was like 6 seasons in, and he still had still a little bit of green.
See, I like the run defense. Run defense to me is an important bar for quarterbacks, I feel. So that's why I'm kind of down on my quarterback that I got. So maybe I'll look around about training the house to get another quarterback on my team. I miss Donovan as well. All right, fellas. But I want to ask Jug since he's here, and actually I'll go back to you, Melman. Again, congratulations on winning. Do you feel like your team is dropping off, or do you feel like you're just getting started again?
My team's definitely dropping off. Like I said earlier, so what happened was a couple of years ago, I released 3 offensive linemen. The one wanted a new contract. It was just insane. And then the other 2, it committed like double-digit penalties. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this anymore. And honestly, that hurt me. Even though I don't get the same amount of penalties as I was, the cohesion killed me because I let 3 offensive linemen go. And I've been searching for a left tackle ever since I let the one guy go in free agency. I don't have a left tackle. Now, I signed one in free agency this off season. I don't know how good he's going to be. He's slightly above average.
So this is what you did. You had 512 carries for 2,000 yards, average of 4 yards per carry, 128 yards. 128 yards per game, Jugs. Your passing game, I know you don't pass. You were
Well, we couldn't.
500.
The offensive line was so bad, we couldn't.
How many sacks did you take? So I have to look at miscellaneous, yes?
So we were worst at pass rush percentage. We were the worst team in the league. And that's a combination of the offensive line not being that good and a combination of the quarterback and his low sense rush bar. And if the running game had been considerably better, what I normally do, which is, 160 plus yards a game, the passing game probably wouldn't have suffered as much. But that running back Mills, I have no idea what happened. He just, I don't know. It's almost like he turned into Todd Gurley.
Well, we'll see what Melman can do with him this season then.
That was a lot of when I was bidding, trying to figure out how much I was going to want to put an offer on him for. I was thinking like, You know, what do I believe? The stats or the bars? The stats or the bars? And I've chosen
Well,
to believe the bars.
that many
So
people didn't bid on him, did
Yeah.
they?
no,
Wasn't that many
I
people that went after him?
overestimated it.
What was the player?
It's Jerry
Jerry
Mills.
Mills, running
Yeah,
back.
the 64 guy. Because I was thinking,
His,
even if
his stats the last 2 seasons were awful, Clay. And I just don't know why, because I got like a 40 rated guy on like a 30 rated guy on my team who averaged 1.5 yards more per carry than him. Maybe a yard, but he was definitely better than him.
Did his endurance drop?
His whole rec bar is still high.
Yeah, I'm showing him at
No, no.
100. What do you guys show him? You know what? Let's look at the League Scout. What is they? League Scout has him at.
I've got him as 100 as well
So
when I see him on my team. So
yeah, so League has him at 99. I have 100. So does Millman.
I think I had him at. I'm not in front of the computer anymore. I think I had him at 83.
oh no, he's 96 for me. 96 is what his whole rec is, but still more than enough.
And if you look, I had actually not this past season, but the season before, I had actually benched him. And then somebody told Ben that I was tanking. And I said, well, Ben, you can tell said GM, and I'm sure I know who it is. You can tell said GM, look at his yards per carry. Why the hell would anybody play that guy?
2.7, man. I mean, that is
Right.
just
Why would I play him? Yeah, but I'm tanking because I'm benching my best player. Really? You're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot. If you look at him and think he's the best player on the team, and I'm tanking by benching him, you're an absolute idiot.
I knew the rant was coming at some point. Fucking awesome.
even like some games, he was sub 2 yards a carry, like 1.67 in one game, 1.5.
And you know what? And the crazy thing was, I did different things to try and figure out what the problem was. There were some games where I just tried to run outside with him, and it didn't matter. Like I swapped him as running back 1 and put him in running back 2. I swapped him and then put him in all my outside runs. I just tried to run him up the middle, maybe like 10 times a game. Like nothing seemed to work.
Wow, his best game was a 3.95 per carry. And that was the week 2. Everything else was disastrous. That 1.50, awful.
But look at this. This guy's drafted by Toronto. He plays for Oakland. He's gone to Arizona. It's like swapping wives.
I mean, he knows what the assignment is. Let's just say his whole career is following a certain path. He's going to be running.
When I saw what he was doing in Toronto, and I'm like, oh, I can get like a few more carries out of this guy and him be an absolute monster in my offense. And he played well the first season, and then, like I say, the second and third season, he just literally fell off the map. And I can't even say it's the offensive line as a whole, because, like I say, I had 2 other running backs the past 2 seasons that were much lower rated that ran better than him. I mean, it just makes absolutely no sense.
Was he on a all bonus contract as well? Because if you got him in free agency, so you couldn't even cut him.
Oh yeah, I had all bonus. Otherwise,
yeah.
Otherwise he would have got cut this past, like last off season. It was all bonus, so it just didn't even benefit me to cut him.
Right,
If this guy doesn't make it in Arizona, he's a legend of the maximizing the money he took home for lack of production.
Who was the quarterback that went from team to team to team that was high rated, but he couldn't do well? Who was it?
It was half Bill Bolitnikov, was it?
No, not Belindikov.
No, he did well once he got to a couple places.
It was Bauer. Bauer? Is it Bauer?
Oh, he didn't do well anywhere.
That's the quarterback, Bauer. I think Iowa drafted him, and he went somewhere. And then I think Grimm, you picked him up.
Bauer, yeah.
And dropped him.
Grimm stepped away actually, but yeah, it's Bauer for sure.
Okay, that's the one.
Yeah, Grimm is always getting those 40 rated quarterbacks or below, thinking he can work miracles with them.
He looked like he should be good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he had some nice bars.
He did.
He played awful.
He did, yeah.
And I almost signed him some season, but
you did, didn't you? That's right. Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
And he was getting paid big money too. Yes, on top of it, the quarterback,
Yeah,
I,
yeah, he was getting paid premium
Oh,
money
Jake
all the
Bauer.
time for
Yeah,
doing nothing. Yeah.
Jake Bauer.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
this basically how you ended up with taking Marsh, Matthijs, because you couldn't get Bauer, so he was like your backup plan?
no, I think I already had Marsh.
You had him already, okay.
Yeah,
People
there
kept.
was. I was looking at replacing Marsh with a running back with a higher since rush, higher
A
scramble
quarterback, yeah.
frequency and
Yeah,
higher since rush. But
yeah.
Hey, I've
it,
I've got to run, guys, but I just wanted to say this was really fun, and thanks for doing it, Clay.
No, we're gonna end it here. Yes, this was a lot of fun, guys. Thanks for jumping on. I'll end this recording here.